Salute everybody. Salute. Hope you're well. New York Knicks took a tough loss tonight. I got my man Divine, KJ Dub Events to chop it all up. Hey, this is the place to be for the post game. Appreciate you again coming through. Divine, KJ Dub, how are we?
I'm good, CT. Good game, man. Great game, man. Salute to the chat. Good game though, man. Yeah, real good game. We lost, but it was a good game. Tough fight. But we fought to the end, man. But I'm happy and I'm excited from the way we went in there and performed tonight for sure.
Hey CT, thank you as always. Look, if you're a Knicks fan and a true Knicks fan, hold your head up high tonight. It was a great battle. We may have lost the game, but we won the fight mentally. And what I mean is, that's the type of New York Knicks basketball that I would love to see every single night. And I think we're going to get some of that. So I'm just happy that the team fought. They fought, but we got the loss tonight. So listen, that team slated to go to the NBA Finals, and we did what we had to do against two career players that's going to be in Hall of Fame one day in Durant and Harden.
Yeah, facts, gents, and there's so many things to chop up. It's going to be a great show regardless. It wasn't a bad loss by any means. To KJ's point, a lot of positives. But let's start with the obviously the New York Knicks rolled out, as we know, a new starting lineup. The change was made yesterday. Alec Burks was inserted at the starting lineup for Kemba Walker as well. And we saw that tonight again. We saw us, more cohesion, I think, on the offensive end, Divine, like we did against Atlanta, more defense as well. And to KJ's point, yeah, we hung with the best team in the East, all right till the very end.
Yeah, real talk, man. I think we a couple of plays we could have had back, but yeah, I like that Alec Burks thing, man. I like that size in that lineup. Alec Burks, he made it tough on Patty Mills. You know what I mean? Even when he had the Harden was doing Harden, but overall, I think Alec Burks, to me, I like that, man. I really like the lineup, and I think if RJ went down, we could have had a different outcome tonight.
Yeah, and I second that, CT. I think as you see with Alec Burke in this lineup, the team is way better than ever before. The man can make shots, knock down shots, take it to the hole, play defense. He does it all out there, and it seems like he can't, but he's doing it, and the team is actually responding to which way he's going. So, and that's what I think the coaching staff and Tip's seen in it, and that's why he's our starting point guard right now.
Yeah, facts, and so no complaints from us, really. I think the change was needed. It gave us a boost, no doubt. And tonight, we obviously played a rival, so it was a great game to continue that momentum off the Atlanta win, Divine. And that's two great opponents were faced, and I'm feeling good after this. That this team is headed in the right direction. We didn't get the win tonight, but I think it bodes well that we made this adjustment, and I think we're just going to get better and better as the games roll on.
Yeah, real talk. With Northern Winter, the Knicks gained a lot tonight they gained a lot of respect. Not only from the fan base from Brooklyn, the national TV media. They was like, okay, these ain't the laugh out loud Knicks. That easily could have been a blowout game for Brooklyn. You know, but them boys fought and scrapped, man, and they played the way I thought we was capable of playing. Like I said, can you imagine if Fournier scored 2 or 3 more points? When he had that, we scored 15, he 5-0. We scored 17. We scored 18. We 8-0. You know, so I'm not saying nothing negative about him, but just imagine if he would have had 3 or 4 more points tonight, it could have been a different outcome. And that could have been that last shot he shot at the last shot he made. You never know. But overall, man, I like what I seen out there. You know, like I was telling you before the show, we just one dog away, bro. Real talk, we one dog away, man, and we gonna get them somewhere down the line. I don't know, but I like that team that came out there tonight. I really thought the guys played with heart. I thought Julius Randle played a good game up until maybe that one turnover at the end of the game, but he played a good game though. He was everything Durant was throwing up, he was contesting it, and I had to give Julius Randle credit. Like, man, he could in the first half he was contesting. Kevin Durant shots by every time he went up, Julius Randle was contesting real good. So he took it to the hole against some guy. I like that. Him and Alex Burks game. Like I said, we had what I was talking about in my stream earlier, and I passed it real quick. If they could neutralize them, 2 guys were scoring. Alex Burks had 25, 26, whatever, and Julius Randle had them numbers. So they kind of neutralized Kevin Durant and James Harden. And that's why we only lost by 2, because we just needed one more player other than Derrick Rose just to give us maybe 4 more points or something. I think we could have pulled it out. But good game though, man. Good overall win. I ain't even mad tonight.
Yeah, facts. KJ, we'll go around. Before we grade everybody, we'll just get our overall breakdown of the game. You know, for me, you could point to a lot of things in the fourth, but the run to start the third quarter may have lost us the game. You know, that I was saying to Divine, you know, that run, KJ, where Cam Thomas, I think he scored 7 points in a row or 7, 8 points in a row. And credit to us, you know, we came back, we fought again, you know, this never say die attitude that we get used to having now. But you can't keep going into deficits and clawing your way back all the time. I think if we just started the third quarter even, I mean, we were up by 1 at halftime. If we started the third back and forth even, we would have probably won this game by 6-10.
Absolutely, CT. We went on Brooklyn went on a 14-0 run to begin with, but to the Knicks' credit, and something they never do, they actually came back. They went on a 16-4 run at the end of the third, where we're going to the fourth. We were only down 88-84 by 4 points. So, you know, to look at that maturation and say, wow, we really went on a 16-4 run when we went down 14-0. It's already growth in game 2 of Alec Burks starting. So it's like, you know, we know what this team can do, but to your point, CT, you're right. If we don't go down 14-0 to begin that third quarter, we're looking at a whole different game right now. And to Divine's point, you know, they had 9 people that scored their points. We only had 8 people. So if we had another 1 or 2 people that scored 2, 3, 4 points, we win that game. But that's here nor there. Like I said, I'm just excited and happy that they put the effort. To me, it's effort. And sometimes, I said this before, sometimes when you lose, sometimes you win. And we win on different categories tonight. We won at that point guard position. Alec Burks is really a playmaker that can do some things, some great things. And maybe Alec Burks is that player that we've been looking off to say, you know what, maybe he's this other guy, because he's doing some things that my mouth is shut. Like I wide open. I can't believe this guy's actually doing this on the basketball court in the Knicks uniform. So we really have to look more and more into him too, as a playmaker and doing his thing on his Knicks team.
Yeah, facts. I agree, man. Divine, you know, give us your sort of overall game breakdown and what you thought the Knicks, or where you think we lost it eventually.
You know, I think it started in the first quarter. We let James Harden feel himself today. He had 33. The team had 33 points in the first quarter. I think they let James Harden get comfortable a little bit too much. You know, and he started feeling himself, and then I think that's where it started at. Where it finished at, I agree with you. I think that third quarter blitz, like you and KD said, one thing I'm happy about, even though they scored their first 6 points, and Tom Thibodeau called a timeout, but in that timeout they couldn't, I guess they couldn't stay in cohesion with it, and then they wound up getting down by 11, 14, 16. But man, it's not the size of the dog; it's a fighting the dog. And them boys fought, man. They scrapped back, and they let that third quarter must be pivotal. I think the first and third quarters were pivotal to me. And I always, as a Knicks fan, used to say, In the first quarter, you try to go out there and get your points. Second quarter, you bring the defense. Third quarter, a team going to kind of make a run. But that fourth quarter, that's where your defense come into play. And I think in that fourth quarter, what happened? Their defense got and kept them in the game, and they made a run and got back in it, man. But I think they lost in the first and third quarter. I mean, what can you say? They got Kevin Durant and James Harden. I mean, you know what I mean. But I'm happy. I'm happy with the result. I think Julius Randle and Alice Burks neutralized the best they can. That's when they lost by 2 because them cats scored up in their 20s. So it's like, we went. They superstars had 25, 27, 30. Our guys had 25 and 27, something of that nature, or 24. And so, it just was. They had Kevin Durant, man. You know what I mean? That's a shot maker, brother. That he scored against the best of them in the league. So, but I take the L for what it is. It's a moral victory for me because I think they played hard and they competed and they was in that game to the very end. A couple of mishaps there. They might have won 2 points the other way.
Yeah, Zax, and salute Sharp Powers, Bodega Wi-Fi, Elton Lee. Salute South Gurner 86, Hewlett Samuel. Salute, appreciate you coming through. We're chopping up this loss to Brooklyn, but yeah, it was a tight loss. We were right there. Had we had one more timeout with 2 seconds left, KJ, we probably would have had a great look to tie or win the game.
Yeah, absolutely. When we had no timeouts, then we got to go to full court and throw up a prayer. It's either it's going to go in or go out, and it went off. So, like I said, it's a couple possessions in which we could came back if Julius never gets that technical foul, things of that nature. Even the last play when I think I forgot the guy's name not Randall, Mitchell Robinson got the foul called on him. Yeah. What's his name again? The guy, right? Yeah. He went up for a layup and Mitch fouled him, and it's a ticky-tack foul, but he got a home call. So it's a lot of things that could have happened. But like I said, if we would have scored more points, obviously win that game, make more free throws, we win that game. So it could have went either way. Obviously tonight, the better team won, which is the Brooklyn Nets. They were expected to win. And like I said, I just love the way we fought. And I just really want to see that Knicks team that we've seen tonight. And if we continue that same Knicks team and play going forward, then that puts us in a whole different conversation, because I think if we play like that every night, it's going to be hard to beat us. Yeah,
facts. And we'll break down the box score and give our grades and everything. Salute Shah Legacy. Salute Hewlett Samuel. Divine, I think there were so many pivotal plays, but I'm proud of the way the bench and the way we responded. We're playing against a team that with championship aspirations right here on their home floor. And like KJ's point, this is a flip of a coin tonight, basically.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. You know what? I think like I said, we showed them something, and they know that. Kevin Durant don't have to say, man, these cats go hard. They really do. And and that's all you can ask for is go hard and put your best foot forward. And, it's a game of runs. You can probably hear me say that over and over. Basketball is a game of runs. Everybody's gonna make a run. But the thing is, when they punched them up, we punched them back. It became a slugfest. You know what I mean? You punch me, I punch you back, and we're gonna see who's gonna drop. And like I said, that could have been a draw in a boxing match. You know what I mean? It really was. But it was like, boom, I hit you, boom, you hit me, boom, I hit you, boom, you hit me. And then at the end of the game, who gonna stop each other from getting hit? Both of them, the defense came, but they got the last hit. You know what I mean? They had Kevin Durant, so they got that last punch that the judge gave them the fight. You know what I mean? So, but I take it, man. I take that. Win, lose, or draw. You go hard. Or you go home. They went hard tonight. And that's all I want to see is them compete like that. It's gonna be nice where they playing the way they playing, and they're not playing a high powered team like them. Like if that was Chicago, that was an L for Chicago. You know what I mean? So I'm satisfied, man. I have no gripe. We're not gonna go undefeated. If that's the case, we beat 19-0 or whatever the case may be. But 21-0, excuse me. But I'm happy with the results and the competitiveness. I think the chip's gonna fall better pretty soon. You watch out. These Knicks gonna be on to something, man. And if they play like KJ said, they play the way they play tonight, every night, that's gonna be a dangerous team right there.
Yeah, and KJ ultimately they had one more superstar tonight. We had RJ out as well, and I just want to get you to quickly both comment on that last defensive possession to double Kevin Durant. Previous Nick teams have always let the best player, take that last shot, and I'm a fan of what they did. I'm a fan of doubling and just saying, hey, Kevin Durant's not going to he's not going to take this last shot. So, KJ, what did you think of that strategy to double
Absolutely.
KD?
Absolutely. You got to take it out. The man that man, he was off in the beginning, but we know he can go off at any second. You got to double him. Take the ball out that man's hand. And they did it. But one thing about KD, yes, his mama was in the building sitting front row. And everybody knows if your mom is in that building, you're going to show out and show off. You don't want nobody to stand you up. So it was good we took him out of it. But like I said, he still made that play, and it's nothing we could do about it. We just got to live with it and grow from this loss. Let's grow from it. Let's see what we can take from it. Now we learn from it and take it and go to another level now with it. So, like I said, it was good to take the ball out of his hand, but they just made plays at the end.
Yeah, real quick, Divine, but yeah, salute to Shah Legacy, Jonathan Green, salute, Real King, Baked Beans, salute fam, Boost Mobile. I appreciate you all coming through. Let's chop it up. Divine, yeah, that last possession to double KD. We don't see it very often, but I'm a fan of that.
Yeah. That was the right play. I think I seen it about one or two times during the season so far, maybe three. It might have been a little bit more than that. But I mean, absolutely, because I think first of all, where they double teamed him at was good. They double teamed him at the top of the 3-point line, so any pass he threw would have had to have been almost like a cross court pass or sort of like a long pass, and they gave the defense enough time to react to the next player who he's trying to get the ball to. And I just think it just happened that even with that foul Mitch did, it looked like it looked like he hit the ball first. So, but that's here and here. I didn't think Mitch fouled him. I think Mitch hit the ball first, and then once he hit the ball, his momentum went into him. But I think he got the block shot first. So, but I like it because I think what it does, it puts the pressure on the next person to get the ball, figure out what you're going to do with it in the process. So, Tom Durant got that ball to whoever. They had to figure out what they're going to do with it. You know what I mean? Because they probably wasn't in a position to know what they were going to do with it because he had the ball. So I think it was an excellent play. I think they should, make sure that they run that anytime you can. You take the best play out the game. You take the ball out of his hand. They did that.
Yeah, and you make them second guess. And like I agree with Shah Legacy and Beans. The refs did help them tonight. We're going to chop that up more. We'll open the panel up shortly. Salute Sherwin D. Salute D. I appreciate you, Real King. Again, let's get into the grades, and then we can open the panel. Pull up the box score now. A lot of good performances. Let's start with the captain, Julius Randle, played a pretty big 40 minutes tonight. It was 11 of 22. Only took 2 3-pointers. I'm noticing him take less 3-pointers. Was 9 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, and 24 points. Pretty big performance from Julius Randle. I think he did about everything. There's a couple of decisions I'd love to have back. I think one step back where he could have kicked that out to an open shooter, I think, with about 4 minutes left. But got to give Julius Randle a B+ tonight. Divine.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with you on that, CT. I thought he played a all-around good game. He like, especially in that first half, the way he was defending Kevin Durant. You remember Kevin Durant was like something for 18 at one point or something like that. Julius Randle was playing Kevin Durant pretty good. I was like, yeah, I was amazed. I was like, wow, Randle. Every time Kevin Durant pull up, Julius Randle was literally trying to alter that shot. I got to give him a flower for that. And he didn't force too much. I want to maybe take back the technical and take back that play before it was in the end of the game before he got that fast break layup. The one before that. He forced something and it turned into a turnover. That's the only play I was like, Randle, at the wrong time you had that turnover. But other than that, man, I'm not even mad at Julius Randle tonight, brother. Like I said, if Julius Randle play like that consistently, 24, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. I mean, come on, 2 steals. It's just a matter of time, man. But I was glad to see it, though. I think that I give Julius Randle a B for sure. B+.
Yeah, and I'm going with an A- for the simple fact the man got embarrassed from national TV. KD crossed him, made him fall, got back up, put 24 and 9 up, and was the heart and soul of the team. I'm taking the minors off of that Tech. He has to learn how to control his emotions at certain times, man. And that was a big time that he scored that Tech on us. So he gets an A- for me tonight. We know what he can give us, but he came to play tonight. Mentally, physically, he was there. But if he could take back that Tech, just relax a little bit, we're fine. But he gets an A-.
Yeah, facts, right? All those little things count. Good point that Beans made as well. Yeah, if it's not a 3-point game, we have 2 seconds left to to shoot a 2-pointer, basically, to win the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, but yeah, the 8 assists stand out to me for Julius. He trusted some teammates, he moved the ball, but he's always going to be Randall. He holds it a bit too long sometimes, but this was his stage and he's our best player, so I give him that flower. Let's talk about Mitch. He was involved in the play of the game. Played 25 minutes, 4 or 5, 7 boards, 1 assist, 1 block, 4 fouls, -10, and 8 points tonight. Up and down, definitely seeing a different Mitch. I think he's a little bit slower foot. Divine at the minute. That extra weight slowed Mitch down, but he's still getting to a few blocks. Had a great block tonight. Tonight I'm going to give Mitch a C.
Yeah. I'm gonna go C+ tonight due to the fact in the first quarter they started. I like that they was actually giving Mitch some assist on whoever was driving the ball. They were looking for him. He had some good putbacks, not putbacks, but good field goal percentage shots in the first quarter when they were driving the baseline. They give it to him. He goes straight up, and he was active. You know what I mean? And then on the defense end, he made it tough on LaMarcus Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge didn't get off tonight. Mitch made that boy shoot. He got a couple of jump shots, but Mitch played a good defense on LaMarcus Aldridge tonight. You know what I mean? I think his rebounder was there. But I think a little bit of foul. They called some whack foul by Mitchell Robinson at the end of the second quarter. I didn't think that was necessary. But I'm gonna give him a C+ because I think he competed out there, man. He made it. Even when he came back in with 3 minutes left, to show you how valuable he is. If they would, as much as I wanted them to keep Obi Toppin in there, but they would have kept Obi in there, then I think them guys would have been driving to that basket more. You know what I mean? They would have been driving to that lane more, even though I liked it when they had the Randall or Obi match in there. But I do think if they would have left Obi Toppin in there, it was no rim protection. And Tibbs had noticed that. Like, okay, they scored on Obi. Durant starting to get going. I need some size out there. You know what I mean? And I think so. And I think he put it back with the 3 minutes left. And I still think we lost by 2, but I don't think it had nothing to do with Mitch though. But I do give him a C+ tonight.
And I'm going with a C for Mitch. Like I said, a lot of his numbers don't show up on the box score, but he does so much for us defensively out there. And we have to be happy that he didn't go down with any injuries tonight. That's what I was looking for, to make sure that man didn't go down. So this is one of the first nights of any game. The man did not go down. He did what he had to do. But he gets to see tonight. Obviously, we need more production from him in that middle. I felt like, he could easily get in there, back his man down, and Aldridge get some more fouls. That's what I want to see in Mitch, get those guys in foul trouble. The Nets are going to get a great job of getting us in foul trouble, but we didn't do a great job of getting them in foul trouble. We were bigger than them tonight, and Mitch didn't provide that offensive service that I know he could, instead of just put back dunks. But I want to see that man get the ball, slam into somebody's chest tonight, and back him down and get to the free throw line, because the man could hit free throws. So he gets a C for me tonight.
Yeah, and fellas, he'll learn from that play. It's a learning experience, right? When you put in that opportunity with 1 second, 2 seconds left, and it was a broken play essentially. They didn't know we were going to double Durant or not. He dumps it down to James Johnson. You wouldn't expect James Johnson to have the ball with a few seconds left, and Mitch reacted. It was reactionary. Like Divine agreed. I said he got most of the ball. I think it was a touch and go foul, but the refs just weren't on our side tonight with that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, ACT in that play real quick. He also got to know that was Mitch's problem last year. He was playing defense with his hands. No, play with your feet, because you should have really went up for the block shot opposed to reaching. You know what I mean? Nice. So he'll learn as he go. But I think if he would have went straight up and just hovered over Brimby or whoever that was at that time, they wasn't shooting over him. You know what I mean? So, but it's a process though.
Yeah, CT and Devon, he was in his airspace already. He was definitely in the airspace, and he just reacted to it and got a piece of his arm. So it is what it is.
Yeah, he'll learn. Like I said, sometimes your bad habits creep in. You know, a few seconds left, your eyes light up, you see the ball there ready to be stripped. But you got to be better than that. Like Divine said, he had perfect position. If he just elevated, James Johnson already left his feet, and it would have been in no man's land. You know,
Yeah.
but yeah, we could break it down all night, and we'll talk about it more. You know, once we've graded everybody. But let's get to the man, starting point guard now of this team moving forward. Another look at Alec Burke starting for us, 39 minutes, 9 of 21, 4 of 10 from 3. Had 5 boards, 5 assists, 2 steals, a block, only 2 fouls, minus 11, 25 points. A great performance from Alec Burks again. He gives us more offense. He gives us more defense. It was the right move to make. And I'm going to give Alec Burks a B plus tonight.
Yeah. I'm on that same thing, CT. I'm gonna go B plus because I think he would, he could have made a couple more shots. He shot was it 13 for 31, 13 for 31. So close to if he would have hit a couple more shots, might have been close to 50%. But overall, his numbers across the board was good. His shares across the board was good. Had that pressure being thrown into the number one role. In Brooklyn, in New York, the media talking this and that, and you go out there and you drop 25 and you play defense the way you played, I'm not even mad at Alec Burks or because he like I said, he helped neutralize with Durant and Harden did. You know what I mean? So I'm not mad at Alec Burks, man. I like what I've seen. I think he played real well, and he's gonna get more comfortable as time goes. But I think that B plus is worthy, man. You know what I mean? And I don't have no problem with that whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm going with an A for him. For a man that really started playing point guard, played 39 minutes, took him out of his realm of things that he normally doesn't do, but came in and seen that he's just not fourth quarter Burke. The man could play in the first quarter, he could play in the second quarter, he could play in the third, he could play in the fourth quarter. And the man was out there doing everything we needed him to do, from defense to offense, taking to the rim, getting fouled, block shot, that one block shot he had. So he did so many different things, and you don't think of these things coming from Alec Burke. And I think that a lot of other teams are going to see, like, Alec Burke can do all this with more minutes. So it's like he's coming into his own now, a different tier type player with more minutes. And I'm going to tell you something. If he keeps this up, he could be in the conversation for comeback player of the year or most improved player of the year. Potential, maybe all-star. I'm going to throw that out there too, because the way this man is playing is, whoa. I can't believe I'm looking at Alec Burke do this on a basketball court.
Yeah, they knew he could do this because they had a choice. Reggie Bullock, Alec Burks, about 10 million for a guy who can't dribble, can't play, mate. 10 mil for a guy who can pull up from 3, dribble, play, mate. The decision was simple. They're smart men and they made the right decision, Divine. But just looking at Alec Burks' numbers again, man, let's pretend he was another starting traditional point guard and he had 25 points, 5 assists, we'd be like, singing the same praise for that guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he played a good game tonight, bro. I mean, like I said, I like that. I like that. I think if RJ wouldn't have got hurt, not hurt, went out because of the sick, it might have been a different ball game. You know what I mean? His extra rebounding, his capability of putting the pressure on Johnson and all the guys, whoever was playing the 3. Putting the pressure on them. He would have put the pressure on Harden. RJ can play bully ball when he want to. But and I think if he wouldn't have been out, but that just goes to show me how important what he did tonight, man, Alex Burks. So yeah, I'm good with everything, man. I think that next one we get, you know what I mean, and they know that. So I'm definitely gonna salute him tonight, man. I think he did well.
Yeah, straight facts. Yeah, salute Tone Wu, Gardner Knicks, Hewlett Samuel. Salute Kelvin Jones. Salute fam. Be civilized. Not a bad loss at all. This is going to give us probably more confidence. I think the fact that we can hang with a team with championship aspirations, and a good learning experience for our young players. let's get on to Evan Fournier now with 22 minutes tonight. He had 5 of 12 from the field, 3 of 8 from 3. Didn't have a rebound, didn't have an assist or a steal or a block. 2 turnovers, 3 fouls, -3, 13 points. Yeah, was talking to Divine earlier. Would have liked to see him have a few more points and steals or assists. But Evan Fournier obviously helped us out, gave us 13 points, only 22 minutes. I'll give Evan Fournier a C tonight.
Yeah. I'm gonna go C plus just because he hit that shot tonight, that one that tied it up. That's pretty clutch to coming off the bench and knock down that three like that. Yeah, man. Like we said, if he would have scored 2 more points, the Knicks was like 5-1. If he would scored 3 more points, they was undefeated when he scored 18 points. So he just got to get back at it, man. And pick up that defense. I want to see a defense intensity go up. So once he get that defense intensity up, man, I think he'd be all right. But I agree with you. I think I'd go with the C plus just due to the fact of that shot he hit when he came up to give us a chance to be in the game. You know what I mean? We could have easily lost it with about 5 or 7 and started fouling people. Cat coming off a curl, bang, knocked down a 3 and tie the game. And what more can you ask for? You know what I mean? So in a clutch situation like that, he come through for us, man. I'm gonna give him that little plus tonight.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm giving Ev a B. He's that type of player that just keeps coming back. He can get knocked down. We don't know he's coming back. And he does certain things. I'm like, wow, he really did that. So that shot that he made, I'm like, well, I didn't think I didn't think they were going to go to him, but they made a set play for Evan Fournier, and it shows you this man can take the 3-pointer in the clutch moment. He lives for those moments, and to me, his biggest time is going to come in the playoffs. When he's hitting shots like that. So, like I said, if he would have went 4 for 8, 50%, we win that game. He was 3 for 8 tonight. We needed one more 3-pointer from him to go 4 for 8. We'd have won that game. So. Evan, the jury's still out on him. He has these games with the defense and the offense, but one thing about him, he's a warrior and he's always ready to play. So I'm giving the guy a B tonight.
Yeah, facts. Great point. He doesn't shrink in the moment. Does Evan Fournier? He's played in gold medal games. He's played for other teams. He's led some teams. Like you said, he's a big shot maker. I'm glad they ran that play for him as well, and he knocked it down. It was smooth. As well. So yeah, let's keep our eye on that. Moving forward for this season, with Evan Fournier, he's the lone newbie now with Kemba Walker out of here. Basically, Evan Fournier may start to step up. But let's touch on the last starter, fellas. RJ Barrett got injured, like we know, was questionable, right? And then heading in, with non-COVID illness, felt it throughout the game. Credit to him, he got up for a big game. He probably just said, I want to play, but just didn't have it going. 9 minutes, 2 of 3 from the field. We missed his defense, definitely. 4 rebounds in just 9 minutes. That tells you he probably would have pulled in 15 rebounds. But +2, 4 points, I got to give RJ Barrett an incomplete, just because he didn't finish. But we missed him.
Yeah, real. I can see the incomplete, but I'm just gonna go ahead and give him a B. 9 minutes, 4 points. In 9 minutes, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. You can't ask for too much more than that, man. And then out of the start, he had the lowest plus minus, the lowest minus. But and I think the reason why I'm giving him that score because I think he would have made a difference. I think he would have made a difference in the game. I think if he would have stayed in that game, his rebounding, his putting pressure on their threes, to make them play harder on defense, I think could have been a different outcome. So, it was like almost not having him in the game at all, and we lost by 2. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm just giving him a B. Cause I think if he would have been there, it might have been a different. The outcome might have been different.
Like I said, I'm giving him. I got to give him incomplete too, just for the simple fact that we didn't get his 9 minutes of work, 4 points. But the one thing I am going to give him, I'm going to give him extra credit. The extra credit is for playing the game, knowing that he wasn't feeling up to it. Whatever the case may be, whatever help he gets better. But for a man to come out there, and he knew it was national game in Brooklyn, he wanted to get out there. So that goes to show you that the man has a mental toughness about him, and he got out there and played. He just couldn't go. So I'm giving him incomplete too, but extra credit.
Yep. Yeah, facts. So That was the starting unit, fellas. And just before we head to the bench now, every player except Barrett was a minus. So not large minus, but let me pull that up. Yeah, like you can see, Julius was -8, -10 for Rob, Mitch, -11 for Burks. But yeah, we're going up against probably one of the best starting lineups in the league. And let's touch on the bench now. They were all plus, except for Quentin Grimes. Obi Toppin, only just 12 minutes, fellas, 3 or 4, 2 boards, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 turnovers, +4, 8 points, gave us the energy again. If maybe I could do it again, maybe you keep Obi rolling and you don't sub him out for Mitch. But I'm not mad with that decision at all. But maybe it's just one of those what ifs, fellas. And I'll give Obi a C+ tonight.
Yeah. I can see that, man. I'm gonna give him a C because I think that the way he started and then the way he started coming on in the second half, the defense was a little bit decent tonight. Like I said, like you said, they wouldn't have took him out. He probably would have made a difference. Like I said, the only reason I just had to say it's 50-50 with that 3-minute left thing because they, like I said, if they would have kept Obi in there, did you notice that Kevin Durant and them were starting to get to the lane? They were starting to go to the rim. And that's the only reason I'm not mad at Tibbs for putting Mitchell Robinson there because they started going to the paint, and then we didn't have no shot blockers down there. And Obi defense wasn't that special tonight. It wasn't good. His hustle wasn't that good tonight. So I think if they would have left Obi hopping in there, we would have lost it on a defensive end. Because I noticed the way KD when Mitchell Robinson came in, you noticed KD then wasn't driving; it was pulling up. When Obi Toppin and Randall was in there, and them cats was driving the ball. So I can understand why he did it, though. I want to see Obi Toppin stay in there. I really do. But I get it. I do get it from that standpoint. He was willing to say, Tibbs lives on his defense. So either he sacrifices defense for Obi's offense. It was a choice there. You either sacrifice Obi for offense or for Mitch's defense. So it was hard to say what wasn't a good move. This was hard to say. So I'm going to give Obi Toppin a C+. I just think that he could have made a difference if Tibbs would have took him out too. So
yeah, I'm giving Obi a C. Obviously, he needed 12 minutes is too little for him. He needs more minutes. He needs about 20 minutes per game to really get Obi Toppin going, as we've seen in the past couple of games. More minutes, you get more production. Like I said, you can't learn from the bench. You can't do any type of productive things with 12 minutes. You're hot, cold. It's not going to work. But in his productive state of mind, he did give us a boost off that energy of the bench. He gets a C tonight, and hopefully Tibbs finds a way. And I think he did a great job of subbing guys in and out based on the way the game goes. This game, you see why these vets are needed for games like this when you're taking on a team like Brooklyn Nets. Everybody's coming to play, and I think Tibbs did a great job of subbing these guys in and out, seeing what was needed at the time as far as from a coaching standpoint. Obviously, losing by 2 points to Durant and Harden, I'll take that any day of the week and run with it. So obviously with more minutes, this guy needs more production, but he gets to see tonight.
Yeah, and you struck a chord with what you just said. We'll take it all day. This is only the second game we're trialing our new starting lineup, and we took it to Brooklyn all the way. Imagine what's going to happen with 10 more games of chemistry, cohesion, lesser opponents. So, yeah, you have to feel better after this win, after this loss, it's just a shame we didn't pull it out, Divine, because they're rivals. But, again, we played a good game.
Yeah, real talk. I don't have no quarrels with it, man. I really don't. I think this was a good way to show that what you really made of. And if this is any indication of what it's going to be, can you imagine having one more person with that team? If Alex Burks can do that on a regular with Julius Randle the way they did this night, you have one more dude who can really go get it. The Knicks would be a good team, bro. So I'll say that to say that we graded Gay Obi that grade, and I'm satisfied with it.
Yep, facts. But yeah, I agree with Cage 100%. 12 minutes. He was running the floor really well. That's why I gave him the C+. Now, Nerlens Noel, had some frustrating moments this game. 19 minutes, hands of stone again. One offensive board, 2 defensive boards, 3 overall. No assist, steal, or block. Was a +8 though, which is crazy. 0 points from Nerlens Noel. He gets a D- tonight.
Yeah, I'm on a D thing. I'm gonna go with D, man. To me, either his knees still bothering him, or I think they should have put Jericho Sims in there. That's what they should have did. I'm talking about after they seen the way he was playing. I think they should have put Jericho Sims in there. His energy, his athleticism. I think even him, Jericho Sims, the way he was playing against them guys in Atlanta, he made it tough on John Collins and all them just by his athleticism. I think you could have thrown him in there. And so every time they did that switch, and you had to put a center on KD. He's an athletic young man. You know what I mean? Where we know KD ain't gonna go around him. You know what I mean? And he got athleticism, so he could have altered his shots like Julius Randle would do. But you remember Julius Randle was altering KD shots real good. I think at least Jericho Simmons probably would have gave you that chance to do that. But Nerlens well done to get a D tonight. He didn't have it tonight, bro. I was like, man, he didn't look good. I don't know if that's knee. That knee is what it is, but I think you better call somebody about him and Kemba Walker. That's what I got. Only thing I can say. Get him in the package deal. Go get Robert Covington or somebody.
And KJ, that's why he only played 19 minutes.
Yeah, something's up with that. But for me, no production. You get an F tonight, man. There's nothing that was there. And this is a game that all we needed was another 2 to 4 points from him. We get that W. Little ticky-tack points. We need that from these guys who are not big-time scorers. And this is what the others do when the playoffs come. It's the others that step up. We only had 8 guys score points tonight. Brooklyn Nets had 9 guys. That was the difference right there. 2 more guys would have scored, we win this game. So the others have to step up. And to me, if you're 6'10", 6'11", and you can't score 2 points in an NBA game was needed, what do I need you there for? Not to take away from what this guy has been doing for us, but tonight was the night. He gets an F for me tonight.
Yeah, he needed to man up, get a block at least. Nerlens Noel, a game without a block. He's like RJ Barrett, a game without an assist. We've got to hold him accountable, And there was one pass that was outrageous anyway, though. It was Obi's pass to him was quick as lightning. He was never going to catch that one. But salute DSJ, salute chat. I love the energy coming. We're almost about to open the panel and finish up everyone's grade and then just talk about it moving forward. But D Rose tonight again, starting to look more healthy. Came in and led the show for a while, 35 minutes. Tibbs riding him like he's hot. 6 of 13, 2 of 6 from 3, 5 boards, 9 assists. That's amazing. Plus 11, 16 points. D Rose continues to ball out again. Got to give that man an A.
Yeah, that's well deserved. That's well deserved. You salute, DSJ, salute to you, my brother. Real talk. That's a good grade there, man. D Rose played tonight. And coming off that injury, having played in 3 games, 4 games, whatever the case may be, 3 games I think it was, and able to bounce back and have a good game like that. You got to salute that man. So I think that grade, that A was he's worthy of it. He played a good game tonight, man, and I'm not mad at D Rose tonight. Real talk, man. I think he did well tonight.
A's across the board. D Rose, we see what a couple days rest can do this guy. Is needed. Just going forward, we just have to really manage his minutes because it's been noted now. We see that with more rest D Rose has, the better this guy gets. So we got to figure out a way to really get this man some rest during games because we're going to need every point and everything that D Rose brings to this table. We're going to need everything he has to bring if we want to go further in the playoffs. So he gets 8 tonight.
Yeah, facts, right? He looked fresh after the rest, like you said, KJ, and he gets up for these big games. D Rose, he just lives for this. Balling out, trying to trying to become a champion, and he took it to Brooklyn. Kept us in it when we went down so many times. And I just want to highlight again the bench. Was all pluses basically across the board except Quentin Grimes, and then all the starters were a minus. And on the flip side, I flipped to Brooklyn's box score. Every bench player for Brooklyn was in the minus. So again, our bench just outplays every other team's bench. And I feel like as long as our starters can just keep the game neutral, we're money every time. What do you guys think of that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. The script was flipped, but I think our bench is one of the best in the league, and to show and prove how we took Alex Burks out of that second unit, and they still was all pluses. You know what I'm saying? Other than Grimes, and like I said, it didn't change. I like the way this thing working. I like so far. I think Alex Burks to me fits that first unit very well. And like I said, for him to neutralize what James Harden did, James Harden got what 32 or something like that.
See, let me pull that up. Yep,
30,
Harden had
32.
34.
34.
So he scored 34 and Alex Burks scored 26. That's what I mean by neutralizing. You know what I mean? Like it's not like he scored 34 and our other point guard only scored 13. You know what I mean? No, the dude dropped 26. So hit the game that James Harden had that wasn't to the detriment. That's why we only lost by 2, just due to the fact that Alex Burks he went almost went a mile minus 8 points. You know what I mean? And that's because the man will get to the foul line like crazy. So I got to get Alex Burks his flowers, man. He's doing this thing, man. Real talk.
Yeah, KJ, the bench. Like I said, if we're just even when the bench comes in, it's basically guaranteed they'll hit the lead for us. They always pick us up when we're down and get us in the lead, and also they help us keep a lead as well. So isn't that a reflection that guys like Quickly, Toppin, and that are deserving of more minutes now?
Absolutely, but I also think it's by having how the game is going. I really believe it's how each game is going. Of course, we want to see with more minutes, these guys are going to give us more production. But like tonight, for instance, we had 28 points in the first quarter. Brooklyn had 33. The bench comes in and drops some more numbers. So once we get that consistency between the first unit and the bench unit, we're gonna put numbers like this up every single night. But it just hasn't been that same consistency between the first unit and the bench unit. And this is why the move was made to put Burks in that starting lineup, because we see the production with the first unit. The ball moves faster. People are getting more production with their shots. And then to bring the second unit in and they can mimic and do even better job, that puts us at a higher tier. Like I said, we had 28 points the first quarter. I think the bench it was 28 one time. I think we scored what 25 points the second quarter, or whatever the case may be. Like, so of course CT and Devon. I think this team, as they get going, the bench is absolutely going to be the reason why we make it far. The first unit too, though. The first unit has to come out scoring like they did tonight.
Yeah, because there's 2 starting quality players at least in our bench. One, Derrick Rose, probably the third. You got Toppin, Quickly, and Rose could probably start on at least half the NBA right now, and that's on our bench. So yeah, it's crazy. And let's touch on the last 2 players. We'll give our grades for both. Then we'll open the panel. Emmanuel Quickly came up with 38 minutes. Okay, yeah, he's a big game player. I know it does not always who starts, but who finishes. I was 4 of 11, 2 of 5 from 3. I thought he was a bit hesitant. There was a couple of threes he could have pulled up on, but he's learning to be a bit more unselfish. 7 boards, 2 assists, had 1 turnover. It was a +9, 12 points. Just played a steady game. Wasn't one of his best games of the season. I'm going to give Quickly a C+. tonight, fellas.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with a C. Just what I like about Quickly. This as he been playing the way he been playing, regardless of how his offense is going, he keep playing D. He keeps fighting on the defensive end. I mean, he had to go. He had one couple plays where he had to try to compete against Harden. He had Patty Mills every now and then with the way they were switching. But I love the competitive about that guy. That guy's a competitor, man. That young man ain't got no lack of fear in him. And I just think that I'm happy the way he playing basketball for the Knicks right now. Think about it, guys. Point guard dropping 7 rebounds. That means he's active. You know what I mean? He's playing with effort. 7 rebounds from the guard spot, the backup point guard. He had more rebounds than some of our starters did. You know what I mean? And he playing in from the 2 in the point guard position. So I like the way Quickly he's playing right now for the Knicks, and I hope he continue it. And I think the best is yet to come. You know what I mean? And you remember he having to compete against a superstar on the other end when he in there, and Patty Mills is a savvy veteran, so a lot of the energy is going to be taken away on the defense side, trying to compete against them. So but I think Quickly he's there, man. So I'm going to get and give him a seat for the night. A seat for the night, and I think he deserved that tonight.
Okay, I'm going with a B+ for Quickly. He's an energy guy. We know what this man capable of doing tonight. Obviously, we needed more production from him. Some of them threes could have went in, but when he made his 2-shot through 3-runners, it was beautiful. But some of the 35-footers, some shots we don't need from him. But like I said, he's still second-year player, still learning, potentially our future point guard. Once we see some more pieces come through on this team, man, spark plug, he gets a B+ tonight.
Yeah, he's learning in every game. I'm just glad he played 38 minutes. That's what you want to see, one of your best young players get that experience. And he's not afraid to take the big shot, like we know. When he pulled up from that deep 3 and it went down and the Barclays went crazy, I'm like, yeah, give me more of these moments,
Mm-hmm.
He lives for him, it seems like,
He does. Yeah. I think every player on the team, Divine, says that Quickly is confidence. Like, he's got a confidence like they've never seen. He's got a confidence of a 10-year vet. Yeah, facts. And let me bring in my man, Delano Steele Jr. Salute, fam.
Delano, what's good, brother?
Divine, what's going on? Peace.
I'm good. How you doing, brother?
Dub, what's going on?
Salute, my brother. Salute.
Yeah, man. Listen, it was a good game. I just hate that it got cheap. It got cheapened with ticky tack fouls and that technical against Julius. Again, I just feel like it's those little things that cost us. You know what I'm saying? Overall, and I mean, credit to the Knicks. They played a good game. Um, I think this definitely opens up the conversation for more OB and IQ. Of course, it just gets to the point where, I'm saying the first thing you ask is to whose detriment? Because you're saying put him in, but who do you put him in place for? You know what I mean? Are you going to cut Randall's minutes, or, are you going to find a way to make that whole small ball lineup work where you put Randall and Obi on the floor together? So it all depends. But overall, I would love to see more of that dynamic duo. They really give me that new age Gary Payton and Rain Man vibes. That Sean Kemp and Gary Payton vibes. So
I like that.
I just love to see that.
That's what KJ said in the past. I think I asked, who do these two remind you of? But that's a great comp, DSJ. And I agree. Like tonight, the refs, Divine, they definitely it's challenging for the players more first and foremost, not just us fans, but some games like the Indy and the Atlanta games were so physical, and then tonight's like just a bit different. It has to frustrate you.
Yeah, absolutely. And they just got to they got to eventually the Knicks got to get their respect. They've been a laughing stock for so long. It's like the refs are no different than fans of the game. You know, we was a laugh out loud in the Knicks for many years. Some of them probably don't realize we not who we used to be. And they got to start giving us that respect. You know what I mean? Just like anybody else, like give us the respect they deserve on that basketball court. Them because we play hard, we shouldn't get punished for being physical. As long as we're not being physical and we fouling people, that's a different story. You know what I mean? We try to play a physical game and the rest, and we playing a more physical type of basketball in the NBA this year anyway. It's like they letting calls go. So if you letting all these people get these non-calls, you're not calling them, but you shouldn't be calling them on us neither. You know what I mean? That's the way it goes to me. And this not only the first game that I see this happen. See, like for like 7 to 8 games this year, like we not getting a call from the refs. I don't know what it is about that New York uniform right now, that Knicks uniform, but they're not giving us our credit when it comes to giving up or getting fouled or giving foul to team. You might see one team got 20 foul calls for them, but we only got like 6 or 4. That imbalance is unacceptable. You know what I mean? I can't. I'm like, nah, you can't do that. Call ref the game. I'm not saying the rest of the reason why we lost, but what I'm trying to say is that they got to call the game fair. We lost tonight because we lost by 2 points. And it is what it is. We just couldn't stop them for 2 points, and we couldn't score 2 more or 4 more, whatever the case may be. And that's all I'm gonna leave it at. But I do think these refs got to find a way to be even killed with the Knicks, man, because and I think they called a terrible game tonight when it comes from the Knicks standpoint. I'm like they was calling ticky-tack stuff out there, or they wasn't giving Randall his call. But Randall need to also listen, man, control your emotions, homie. Control your emotions, because if you would have got that foul tech, you might could have went for a 2-point shot,
exactly,
opposed to a 3, or so control your emotions, man. Just play. I understand. I have no problem with his competitive fire. But you got to make sure you got it intact. I want you to have that desire, that burn, that passion. But you got to know sure you got to keep it in check as well at certain times of the game, because a ref ain't gonna take so much between you and Tibbs. What you want them to do? Tibbs screaming in the ref ear, Drew is screaming. So I mean, the ref like, man, listen, I got you screaming at your coach, drive me crazy. You know what I mean? Now you were here trying to be like your coach. I'm like, what do you want me to do? So he just got to control his emotions. He'll be all right though.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I think it's gonna take an example. They're gonna. I hate to say it like that, but all that complaining that Julius is doing, what's gonna end up happening is they're gonna eject him. They're gonna give him a tech. He's not gonna stop, and then they're gonna go ahead and give him a second one, and he's gonna have to hit the showers. And at that point, a conversation is gonna have to be made, had with him behind the scenes about that, because that's a lot of complaining. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of the first ones to sit there and conspiracy theorize about how it's always happening. I'm gonna be honest, even now, like to Devon's point, I gotta ask the question: do you think that the problem is sports media has an issue with James Dolan specifically, and is penalizing the Knicks due to that? You know what I'm saying? Because it seems like the moment that he's taken over, it's like everything goes awry. And we can sit here and speculate and sit here and debate on it, but I'm looking at the fact that even with a quote unquote superstar like Carmelo Anthony not getting those calls against him, you know what I'm saying? And the difference is the jersey, because he was getting them in Denver. He surely was getting them when he was in OKC. You know what I'm saying? But it seemed like that there was a difference in, what I'm saying, in those calls when he was playing with the Knicks. So, things like that, what I'm saying, I take into account. I hold in, what I'm saying, that mental Rolodex, and I ask that question because it happens so often. And we've seen so many times, even as recently, where RJ Barrett can get fouled 3 times, get knocked to the ground, get back up and continue playing. But it's like, I can sit here and see how you, again, even tonight's game, you blew the whistle late against on Kevin Durant going to the hole against Derrick Rose. Like, fam, like we're talking about a good 20 seconds after that play already ended, and he wasn't even looking to do anything else. He was trying to get back into play, and it looks like the refs kind of bailed him out. So under those circumstances, I wonder if there's something underlying, what I'm saying, between, what I'm saying, sports media, because they surely have a lot of things to say when it comes down to the Knicks, but they never want to give us credit when we're actually on the road, really doing our thing. So
yeah, I can see that. And let me welcome my man Spree. Salute, Spree.
Spree.
Give us your thoughts on the game, fam.
Oh, man, I just feel bad for my guy Burks, man. You got to ruin his opening day start. He puts up 25 points. You can't get him a dub. I think, man, we got to find a way to do the little things at the end of the game. Just in a one possession game like that, like you love the fight. You love that Julius Randle played really good basketball for most of this game, and he looked like his old self. Burks, by the way, in the starting lineup, clearly got the ball moving, and it was the right decision.
A for me.
I mean, I understand the defense wasn't good, but we clearly look completely different as that starting unit with Burks in there. But my issue, I agree with Divine. Randall's got to control his emotions. That's a playoff game. I understand the frustration, and I like that he sang after the game this stuff. He'll get fined, but at least maybe it'll put the heads of the refs that you got to call it fair for him. But just don't do it in the middle of the game. Like that's just one point in that game is everything. So he's got to learn from it. And this is not the first time with Julius. So that's why I'm hard on him right now, because he's got to control his emotions better. This happened last year against the Nets. So, and then I'll just say this, the Mitch play, you'll get some refs that won't call that there. There's no doubt. I mean, some will, some won't. But my issue again with Mitch is don't put it in the hands of the refs. Just go straight up. Put your hands straight up. You didn't need to go swipe for the ball. I know, like, to me, that's a play that you're bailing out the offense. Like, yeah, you may get a home run play, but most of the times you're probably going to get a piece of his arm. Just put your hands straight up, and live with the results. I don't think James Johnson's going to get that ball over you if you put your hands straight up. That's just me.
I agree. Yep, I agree, man. Everything you said, that's facts. But Mitch will learn from that. Like we said, you got to be in that situation once to have learned from it. And that broken play can throw anybody off. I wouldn't expect us to double KD, and then James Johnson ends up with a hot potato. And let me welcome in Shah Powers. Salute, fam. Salute.
Salute.
What up, Shah?
I'm okay. Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
All right. Salute, panel. Salute, chat. What's going down?
A great win, a great loss in a way. A learning experience. What were your takeaways from tonight? How we looked.
The game panned out pretty well. We had some really good shooting tonight, and I hate to sound like a homer, but that was a bad last call right there. There was a couple of calls in that last 3 minutes, man, that just was kind of made my face itch a little bit. But it is what it is. They did play really good tonight, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah, facts, and salute Worldwide L. Fresh off that dub in ATL. Him and Jay Boogie did their thing with Rob the Nick and brought us the dub there. I appreciate you, fam. So let's go around the panel now. Appreciate everyone getting in their takes and keeping it flowing, and let's keep the streets buzzing. And Divine, where to from here now? We got Chicago, which I'm super confident about, and then we got Denver, who are now without Michael Porter Jr. So this loss has to give the team more confidence, and I think I'm looking for us to have a better account against Chicago.
Yeah, real talk. I think we're looking to split that season series. We won one with Chicago. They got us the last time because of 37-point fourth quarter, but I think they come to the Garden and get handled. I think we beat Chicago. I really believe that. I really thought we had that W tonight. That's the way I'm really starting to feel the way this team is getting down, man. I'm confident when they go out on the floor every night. They playing hard. They in the last 5 games, man, they've been competing. Tonight they just came up a little bit short. And for the Denver game, I'm not gonna take it lightly because they just beat Miami the other day. They spanked Miami the other day, basically, to me. So I'm not going to take them lightly, but I do think that's a team who we could beat, though. I think the way we playing ball right now, and this thing is just Alec Burks coming into that starting unit, give it about 3 or 4 games. You know what I mean? Give it about 3 or 4 or 5 games, let this thing gel. I like what I see there. I like the size up there. Now, like I said, I think if RJ wouldn't have went that night, might have been a different thing because of the illness. It could have been a whole different ballgame if RJ wouldn't have went out with the illness. You know what I mean? So I'm satisfied with their playing. I think RJ, Burks, and Fournier give us a good side at the wing spot, especially in that backcourt. With Burks being the point guard, he give us more side at the wing. Multiple level score from all angles. He can get it from everywhere. And Fournier, like you want to see him having maybe 3 or 4 more points tonight. it might have been a different outcome. But I'm confident in this team. I like what's going on right now, and I think that was a good move that they did with the Kimba thing. I wouldn't even second guess it. It had to take 1 minute. I think that was legit. And I know we can't be sentimental about ball player because it's cardiac Kimba. I get it, but he wasn't giving us what we need because of the situation that he's in. And Kimba is our man. We love Kimba Walker. He's a New York boy and all that. But I think it was the right call. And moving forward, I think it's the right call. Start Alex Burks at the 1. You don't have to be a traditional point guard. We not in that NBA anymore. Where we demand we only got so many LaMelo Ball and Lonzo Balls who think first passing guards in the league. It's not a lot of them there no more. So I'm cool with Alex Burks. This was his second night starting. Give him a couple more. He'd be good. Be good to go in New York. And I think we'd be good. I think we go to these next 2 games though for sure.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, you got to look at the small wins, like KJ always says, and tonight was definitely a lot of small wins. Yeah, KJ, give us your thoughts here moving ahead after this loss now.
Let me tell you, it's not too many nights that we're going to see a James Harden and a Kevin Durant lineup going forward. So I want to get that out the way. Number 2 is you give us a Kevin Durant or a James Harden on this current Knicks team, we win a championship easily. So I say it to say is this game tonight has gave us confidence that we can go against anybody. It doesn't matter who's on the other side of that team. We went to battle tonight, guys. And my thing is these guys got to be thinking the same thing that we thinking. If we can go to battle with those 2 guys and it could have went either way to beat them, guess what? Whoever we play going forward, we could take it to anybody if we play the same way we played against Atlanta and the same way we played tonight. What Alex Burke has done to this starting unit, he has showed that this man is on a whole different level right now. The man worked on his game in the offseason, and he's not the same Alec Burke from last year. He's a different Alec Burke. And we seen the difference tonight in that. So going forward, I got a feeling we could win a lot more games going forward. I'm not going to say how many more games, but I am confident about winning Chicago and Denver. I'm confident of beating both of them.
Yeah, with this defense, DSJ, the defense has definitely picked up with the size.
Yeah.
The backcourt, more size.
Yeah, well, let me just say, I think Devon and KJ already hit it on the head. Add RJ Barrett to this lineup, we might come out with the win. His intensity on defense is already improved, and also considering the fact that if he can get those points in, that might be the difference. But that's kind of what I'm taking with the Chicago situation right now. Insert RJ Barrett back into the starting lineup with him healthy, and we can walk out there with the win. Of course, my biggest concern is always going to be those foul calls, because at the end of the day, it just seems like that's kind of the bread and butter, that, they won't allow us to play physical, but so much, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you look at last year, a lot of teams were making that complaint against us, as far as the physicality. They weren't used to it. They weren't fans of it, so they complained to the referees, and took it all the way to the league's front office about it. And, now we're kind of dealing with that. But at some point, like I said, my biggest concern is always, at what point do you just play ball? You know what I'm saying? Like, when we grew up, you played physical, in high school and college, you played physical. So in the pros, it shouldn't be that much of a difference. So, those little ticky-tack fouls that they give, foul calls to, that's sometimey, like that's got to stop. Either you take a hard stance on whether you're going to make that a foul call or not. Don't pick and choose when you decide that's a foul,
Yeah, I agree. Inconsistency is got to be frustrating for the players, mostly, Spree, because it's like game to game. You got to adjust. But it is a hard game to officiate, But yeah, they do have 3 refs, and we just ask for consistency, like DSJ says.
I mean, yeah, it's frustrating. I mean, as a player, you want consistency, and I'm not saying Randall shouldn't be frustrated. I totally understand as a bigger guy, like LeBron had to deal with that. Like so, like I get it, but I tell you, it's never worth it to leave it in the hands of the officials to give you a tech like that. If you're frustrated, talk to them during a timeout. After the game, you want to say something and get fined out of your pocket. I'm cool with that because that doesn't hurt the team. That hurts your pocket, but and you may get change if you call out the officials after a game. Just don't do it during the game. But I just think we got to do the little. We're right there. This was a good game for the Knicks. As painful as it was, they played well against a really good team. And I hate. There's no moral victories, but with what we've been through this year, to see us, this was a big time game. I'll take it. But we got to clean up a little things just down the stretch of games, like dribble drive penetration. I thought Noel could have been better. I thought Randall got beat off the dribble and very close to being a block, but it was a foul. And just Randall maybe settled for maybe one fadeaway. He was driving the whole game for the most part, getting us beautiful looks. He was great driving. Maybe if he doesn't settle one of them, yeah, we'll be talking about a different game. So it's just a few little things, but we're right there.
Yep. Yeah, and Sharp Powers, give us your take on these refs, and also moving forward now. Does this loss tonight, the performance, make you think more confident in this team now after the Kemba adjustment, and looking at the Bulls and the Nuggets coming up?
Well, like I said earlier, man, they played very well tonight. And aside from the refs and in that last 3 minutes or so, with some of the calls that they called, they played very well. That moving off the screen that they're doing now, it is great. It seems like it doesn't matter who comes off the screen, you pick that man up, and it makes it real hard for their offense, the offensive team to actually propel themselves. We could have did a couple other things today, maybe clamp down on Harden a little bit early in the first quarter and stuff like that, stop him from getting 26. But I mean, there's so many things to say right now after the fact. But I still say, man, there was some bad calls today. But it was some bad calls.
Yeah, Divine. I just think superstars get those calls, in the NBA's eyes, KD and Harden are superstars, and they get those calls, and they don't look at Julius Randle and RJ. Sadly, they don't look at them as superstars.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree to 100% that DeMar superstar calls, and you know what? But credit to Tom Thibodeau and them for. See, sometimes I just like when Phil Jackson used to do this real good as a coach. When the refs when the refs is not calling a game right, he'll complain to the media.
Mm-hmm.
He'll take a fine, but you watch what happened the next game. So I'm glad tonight Tibbs and we're talking about that in the media today. Put them on notice. You got to start looking out for our team. Take the fine. James Dolan got money. They ain't worried about that. You complain to the media, and before you can put them in check. I mean, Phil Jackson should do that thing religiously, bro. I mean, literally every time he had a bad game with Michael Jordan, he would go in the media. The rest just blah blah blah, stunk it up, whatever. But the next game they come out, they don't call it against them. So and I think I'm glad Tim did that tonight. I'm glad. I wish Julius Randle wouldn't have did it in the game. But I'm glad he kind of alluded to it in the post game, like I'm too strong for these guys. I'm not getting the calls, and and that's what you're supposed to do. Just do it respectfully, though, but don't do it in the course of the game, because I think that tech could have turned that game the other way, because maybe we wouldn't have had to go for a 3-point shot. You know what I mean?
That Fournier three, we would have been up one.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, so
that changes everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it changes your defense. It just changes everything. But I'm with you, Divine. I'm with you. He went to the Phil Jackson thing, and that was good. That's good. I think we're going to benefit.
Yeah, and that's what we got to do. And moving forward for Chicago, and like I said, we just got to go at them dudes, man. I think I'm good. What I see tonight, it made me feel good, guys. Because one thing I always said, if our defense come to play basketball, and we play with effort and energy, we can be in the game against anybody. Anybody. And like Sharp Power said on my show today, You know, we knew it was going to be. It really could go the other way. We knew it could go this way, but if we lost, we wasn't mad because I think they competed tonight, man. I mean, you went into Brooklyn, you had their superstar drop 34, their other superstar dropped 20 something. You lost by 2 points or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
3 points. You got to be happy with that, man.
And gave them all they had.
Yeah, absolutely. That's all you can ask for. We're not gonna win. We're not going 82-0. You know what I mean? But when you lose, this is the way you want to lose, like this here. Go in now, fight. You know what I mean? And I'm good with that, brother. Real talk. I'm happy about what the Knicks played tonight. You know, because it just showed me that what that team was made of, the resiliency, the character of that team. The character of that team is inside Tom Thibodeau, and Tom Thibodeau ain't letting you lose like that. You know, without fighting. And even when they went up 16, I wasn't even worried. I was like, NBA the game of runs. I passed the mic right quick. Excuse me. I like the NBA the game of runs. And when they went up in that third quarter, I wish we would have let them get up in the third quarter because I think that's where we probably lost the game back. We had to fight so hard to get back in it. But I just like the way they played, man. So I'm good tonight, man. I really am. And I can go to bed tonight as a Knicks fan saying, you know what? My boys played hard tonight. We just didn't win it.
They did.
Yep. Yeah, straight facts. And let me ask everyone else now, what do you think's the ceiling of this team now? This season still moving forward. What are your thoughts on how far we could go? Obviously we've got to look at this lineup now. We've got the trade deadline. We've got depth. We've got some pieces we can shuffle. We've got a trade that's probably going to happen with Kemba, maybe Noel. We need some salary fill up. So I'll start with KJ. I'll go back around with Divine, finish with him. But talk to me, KJ, about this team ceiling this season.
Like I said, if they could play together like they played against Atlanta and tonight, the ceiling could be very, very high. I'm talking about maybe 3-4 seed. Just based on we can't lose. We can't lose to the teams we know we could beat. We can't do that anymore with this team that we have right now with the way we're playing, and the consistency level has to be at a higher level now where we're coming in and we're just smashing teams. We can't play around anymore. We had 21. That was game number 21. It's an 82 game season. We have to keep the pressure on right now. We don't want to go off the inconsistency. I don't want to go back to we dropped 28 the first quarter and then dropped 10, 11 in the next game with third. Like, we can't do that anymore right now. I'm tired of it. It can't happen, and I don't think Tibbs is gonna go for it now. I think Tibbs his leash is at an all-time high now. He got to win now. So I think our ceiling is high though, CT, as far as that we can go. But we have to play the same way we've been playing, and I think these guys get the message now.
Yeah, I agree. And I think this DSJ, I think this front office is willing to pull whatever string it needs to win now. Yeah, it looks like there's no hesitation, which just moves like pulling Kemba out, and I can just see this being an active trade period as well.
Yeah, I think the front office needs to make sure that they address certain things going forward. The first thing, of course, has been the Achilles heel since the departure of Stephon Marbury, which is a starting caliber point guard. You've got to address that. We can't keep on trying to get these Band-Aids and, hope. You got to do your homework. You know what I mean? Personal opinion, I think we need a starting caliber small forward as well. I personally prefer somebody that's between the height of 6'8" to 6'10", can space the floor, you know what I'm saying, play defense. Guys like Harrison Barnes came to mind initially. I've been kind of campaigning for him, you know what I'm saying, at least since last year. But as far as the offense, also I think is another thing that needs to be addressed because the three-man weave, three-man DHO is too tight. I think they're not spacing the players enough, and the players aren't moving enough without the ball in order for that to be effective. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just feel like even at times when it's like on the left wing, um, I already see the play as it unfolds, but there's like nobody in that corner to give you a legitimate threat. It's either somebody's standing, you know what I'm saying, at that left wing, and then you got somebody standing at the, at the top of the key but the window's so tight. It's like, well, if you just stick your hand in there, if the defense just sticks their hand in there, there goes the passing lane steal. You know what I mean? And it easily could go the other way. So I think with a little bit more spacing, and I mean that falls on coaching, but the front office has to, also make sure that they, what I'm saying, take a look at that as well. You know what I mean? Get some offensive minded
Real talk.
associate coaches in there in order to pull off some plays to really, affect this roster.
Yep, real talk. Yeah, I agree. Spree. What strings need to be pulled, and how far do you think this squad can go now this season? You still as optimistic as you were before the season now, with Kemba sort of to the side now?
Yeah, I think I'd like to see Noel play better. I'd like to see Mitch. I think we need our rim protection to be there every night. I thought Noel could have been better tonight. But no, I think we're in good hands with Mr. Burks. I'd like to see him make the 3-point shootout at the All-Star game.
Yeah.
If we could please vote him in, that would be great. I think he's going to save the season, because I do think we're about to head in the right direction with him. I really believe that. I think this was a good change. I can feel it. I wanted it to start tonight. I really did. I mean, I asked him to get me 25. He got me 25, 5 and 5. So very disappointed for him, because I've been calling for it, for many years. But it is what it is. I just want Julius to learn from this. I need Mitch to learn from this. Like, the mistakes we're making now, I don't want these mistakes to be made when it really counts, and that's when we're in the playoffs, going up against these cats, because we'll see these guys again. Believe that. We're going to see these guys again.
Yep. Yeah, facts. Exactly, Spree. Like you said, Brooklyn's, if they're not worried about us now, they will be after this game. Sharp hours. Brooklyn, this is national TV. Be civilized. Put it out there too. Our first loss on national TV. But to Divine's point earlier, this got us a lot of respect tonight now. And I think we will head in the right direction now with this point guard adjustment. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, tonight was the first night that I heard TNT talk great about the Knicks. Tonight they really bigged us up, talking about how we play our defense and how our quality our players are. One thing that I picked up today, I forgot exactly how Shaq said it, but when Randall plays great when he doesn't play in a rush, or something to that extent. And you've seen some of the plays where he rushes, and then you see the plays where he really pays attention. Big up to you, KJ. He really played good ball tonight, man. He brought that ball down to the hole a whole lot tonight, and I was impressed.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for dropping that, Sharp hours. So I didn't hear that on the halftime from Shaq or post game, but but Divine, elaborate on that. And I know you're always very optimistic, confident about this team, but talk to me about the team's ceiling this season.
All right, y'all. I'm about to chat real quick. I'm sorry to cut you off like that.
You good?
But love the conversation. Y'all keep it going.
All right, Delano. Peace, brother.
Hey, peace. Thanks for stopping through, Delano.
Yeah.
Peace, Delano. Appreciate it.
You know what? I think tonight performance, you got to take a lot of. If you want to take on a scale of 100% wise, I thought 80% was positive, 20% we need to work on. I take 80-20 all day on anything, like when I'm dealing with money or anything. Give me 80% good and 20% not good. I take that ratio all day. So I just think that we had an 80-20 night, 80% positive, 20% negative, and them negative we will work on. But the Delano brought up something interesting, and because we know it's going to be happening sooner or later. Yeah. And I would love to see if the Knicks could send, because I know they need a backup point guard. And I know they probably can use a backup center, the Nurkic and all that. I would say the Knicks would see if Portland would want to send Robert Covington to the Knicks for Kemba Walker, Nerlens Noel. And I think that's $19 million, so I think that salary is good. I think that matches his salary. I think if you don't go out there and go big game hunting, I think Robert Covington to help put us over the top. I think that man defense and his shooting is be crazy at the backup three in New York. If you're gonna have Fournier start, or you put Fournier at the backup three and let Robert Covington come in that start lineup, I think they'd be a problem for a lot of teams out there. Alex Burks, move RJ Barrett back to the two and have Robert Covington, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson. That's a wrap right there. So I think like that, I'm interested on what's going to be going on with this Kemba Walker thing, because I really believe, as much as I don't think Nerlens Noel knee, I think that might be it, fellas. I'm just saying, if it don't get no better towards the rest of the season, he's going to be a liability.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You got a tradable contract, and then you let Jericho Sims get some burn. So now you really can play the small ball every now and then. Let's say if Jericho Sims not rolling, then you go Obi 4-5 with Randall. You know, and having somebody like Covington 6'8", who could defend with the best of them, can knock the three ball down with the best of them, and got dog in them. You know, I love Fournier, but Fournier ain't Robert Covington when it comes to locking down catch. You know what I mean? So that'd be interesting to see how that stuff go. But I think overall, man, CT moving forward, we just got to do what we did tonight, man. You minus a couple of mistakes here or there. We played a damn good basketball game tonight in New York. I mean, I can't even say no more than that. We played a hell of a basketball game at the Barclays Center tonight. We just fell short by 2 points for a couple of plays that we went here or there, or RJ could have stayed in the game. We wasn't sick. We could have been walking out of Barclays with a W. So I don't even got nothing to be upset about tonight. I think we just got to keep playing the way we played tonight. I like the Alex Burks thing in there. I think that thing's going to work. Listen, he done started 2 games with within 20 points. Started 2 points, then 2 games, but he's averaging 20 something. So that's pretty impressive, man. But go Knicks. Fan base don't feel good about tonight, man. We get it together, and I do think if we beat these next 2 games, obviously we got to go on the road for 3 games in a row. But but I still think that we got a good thing. I think we're gonna do like last year. It might not be 9 in a row, but I think we're gonna pop for a streak sooner or later. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, I agree, man. You could see that happening once. I think there's going to be a few more games to get more cohesion, but I like Evan Fournier, Burks, RJ. I like the bigger guard lineup, and I just think it's going to be much better for us defensively. You know, get back to the identity we had last season, and that's what everyone knows the New York Knicks to be. You know, and then the bench comes in with their energy. I still think we'll finish in the playoffs. You know, not in the play-in, but let's hit up the segment playback, where we go around the panel and talk to me about one play in the game that you would love to have back. And aside from the obvious one, you know, we'll start with the Mitchell Robinson one. You know, outside of that, there was a play for me where I think it was about 4 minutes to go. We're back and forth. Julius Randle had that step back. It just rimmed out. I think if he'd kicked that out to a shooter, you know, we would have had an open 3. And maybe that would have been the icing on the game, I think. But KJ, is there any play in the game that you can think of you'd love to have back?
I will go with obviously that last play. That last play for me, I thought the play could be a little bit better. They could have got maybe 3 passes off, 1 and 2 into somebody else. Instead of what's my man Fournier taking that half-court 3-point shot. It was just too far. You know, I think we had enough time to get at least 2 other passes. One of us 2.2 seconds left, so 2 passes in there. You know, to get a little further shot. I wish it was a different play. That's about it. Just because it was the game winner. You know, we trying to win the game. You know.
Yeah, I agree, man. If we had one more time out, would have been nice. Probably a spree before I kick it to you. And one other one was I probably wouldn't have used that challenge.
You took the words out my mouth.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Shah, but I'll let you go now and talk to me about that one, and then kick it to spree.
Yeah, I mean you read my mind right there, CT. I was thinking about that same play right there. If we wouldn't use that challenge, I think it was about 6-7 minutes left in the game. Maybe if we wouldn't have used that challenge, maybe we could have waited to these last couple of minutes. And I really think that play going in that Mitch blocked the shot was a bad call. I really think that was a bad call. And maybe, who knows, but if we had that that challenger game, maybe it might have turned out a little different.
Yeah, real talk. Spree, give us your playback.
I mean, oh man, why are you doing this to me? There's so many in the game that I would have that, but I mean that. Does it have to be one play, or can it be like a sequence?
Yeah, for real. Can be whatever.
All right. I'll just say the first minute of the third quarter. I'd like that back because I mean, literally, you're up 1 at half, and in a blink of an eye, we're down.
It disappeared.
7. Like literally, like Patty Mills comes in there, hits 2 threes, and I haven't even gotten my Diet Pepsi from my fridge. I'm like, what the heck's going on here? I felt good at halftime. So
you can't go to the bathroom when you watch these.
I still don't know what happened. Like I need to go back and watch that. I do know what happened. They clearly weren't ready to play. They were sleepwalking those first minute. But I don't understand how that can happen. And I'll say this: as good as the Knicks played and as much intensity as they played with when they were down and got back in the game, we shouldn't get down like that.
They have to play with that energy when they're up.
We gotta find a way the third quarter to really come out and we be the aggressors. We can't let Patty Mills do that to us.
True, it's a fact.
Thanks, Divine.
I think, for me, one play overall, and then with the turnover, Julius Randle had 1 minute and 36 seconds, 36 left, I think. Crucial turnover. Turnover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dribbling traffic. Was that the one?
Yeah, no. Right after that, they had got a fast break. He scored 2 points on a fast break or something. But the play before that, he was on the left baseline around that area, and it was a turnover. And I just thought that's when we was up. I think either the game was score tight. This game was either.
We might have been up 1.
Right, exactly. And then they came down there and they dropped down. They dropped a shot down there, and then he came back down and scored the ball. But I think theirs was a 3. I think it was or something like nature. I got to check the retape. But that play right there, and I just think coming out like Spree said, coming out that second half, bang, 2 quick threes. But that could be the case. That's why I said we probably miss R.J. Barrett. Yeah. You know what I mean? We might have missed him at that time, and coming out of that when he was ill. That could have made it. That could have been different. Cause let me see who would have been in there. Quickly would have been there, or D Rose, one of them was in there that would have been in there.
Yeah, RJ would have been in there, but he played. I think Grimes got it in
there. Right, and you know what? And I don't think Grimes ever been in the game that big in his life. Big game in his life. You know what I mean?
No.
You know what I mean? That's the biggest game he ever played in his life against the Brooklyn Nets at a rivalry game like that. He didn't play the whole game anyway. He was, so you threw him in there with rusty at the time.
Deer in headlights.
But it was that was to me. I think it had to been that play with Randall and coming out of that third quarter. I give Tibbs credit for as soon as they hit 2 3, he called timeout real quick. He called timeout. Listen, guys, so they kind of got their composure once they went up 16, but they got their composure. But I think it was that one with Randall with that turnover for me.
Yeah, I like that. No, that's a good one too. You see, you're all great minds. Bringing me back into the game again, game within the game, as they always say, KJ. Lapses and concentrate. That's why Phil Jackson preached all this, mindset stuff. Because it's like 2 seconds of a basketball game can decide a game.
Right. And that's what happened tonight. It could have been anybody's game tonight. It's just that they made more plays and they had more people score more than us. And that's the reason why they got this W. So like going forward now, if RJ's out, right? What is our lineup looking at without RJ? Because it looks to me that he probably won't play on Thursday. Whatever illness he got. So who comes in now?
I think Grimes. I think Grimes. Yeah, like I said, I don't have no problem with Grimes coming in at all, man. CT. I think he came in right with the right thing to do. It's just that you wish he was already in the rotation before coming in. Now you wish he would have been there the whole game. He probably would have been. It might have been a different outcome. He would have been just thrown into to
Deuce,
the spot.
ready.
Yeah, he could have got some rhythm or something, you know what I mean? But
with
I
Deuce
think
dominating the G League, does he
Mhm.
get in, Divine?
say that again.
Deuce, with
Oh
him
yeah,
dominating G League and his
yeah,
defense,
he's killing it, bro.
Yep.
Killing
can he be a big game dude to come in?
Mm-hmm.
Especially against Chicago. I think they have enough guards. We might see a Deuce McBride sighting if Barrett is out Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, and yeah, you're right, man. One other play was it escapes me. It'll come back, but yeah, Sharp Powers. Yeah, give us your thoughts on yeah, what the other guy said.
Well, I'm gonna keep banging this out today and saying this, man. We played really good basketball tonight, man. We rebounded the ball pretty well. We played pretty decent defense. We made shots tonight, and if we continue to do things like this, we'll make some switches. We'll make some change. You're right. RJ may not be into the next game. He looks like he probably had some type of flu or something like that. So, they might pop an IV in him, give him a couple of fluids. He might be back by Thursday, but we may but we're ready for this, man. And I think tonight showed that we can get up for anybody and any team out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, real talk.
Hey,
Go ahead,
CT.
Divine.
Yeah, can I ask y'all a question and pan over quick?
Yep.
Do you think having Alex Burks there changes the mindset of getting a point guard and we can move into another direction, or do you think we still need a point guard, or do you think Alex Burks, and Derrick Rose, because quickly can be interchangeable because now quickly and Deuce, do you think that's enough that we at the point guard spot? Or do you think we can run Burks the rest of the season and go out there and get another wing or another guy down, another wing or another kind of defender / shooter at the wing spot and keep Alex Burks there all the rest of the year?
I think so. I think right now we already have a little blood at the guard positions anyway. So I mean, one thing that I think we're really lacking tonight, we have backup for this position too. Our centers are hurt. Our centers are not playing the way that like we would really want them to play. So to go look for we got so many people on the team. I don't know who could we. I mean, we have two people at almost every position, and three people at every position. We got a starting team, we got a second unit team, and then we got the third unit team. So I mean, we got a lot of things that we could do. Something's about to blow up soon. We got a couple more days before this 15th get here, so watch out.
Yeah. Word, Divine. I'll answer that. For me personally, is I think the biggest need I want to see is a flawed general point guard that's the second star in this team. If there's one more star, I want them to be able to take the ball out of Julius's hands. I don't think we can win a championship. We can with Julius as a 1A or 1B, but I don't think he should be the one with the ball in his hands all the time. I'd like a point guard with the ball in their hands. And I think that's why we thrive when D Rose is out there.
Right.
Mm. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Cause I'm thinking if we stick with Alex Burks, and I'm thinking to me, me personally, Will and Deal Noel with Kemba Walker.
Facts.
And that's what, if you throw Kevin Knox in there, that's almost $25 million. You know what I mean? And if you can get rid of 3 players and get one back or maybe 2 to open up a roster spot, then now you maybe got the guy Sandwich can come up from the G League. I think we got to find a way to get a three like a Kemba Walker, Nerlens Noel, and Kevin Knox, and bring in 1 or 2 players back.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think if we could do that, we might be able to. Or if we bring back 1 player, and that open up 2 roster spots. You know what I mean? So, but that's all depending on if we gonna be able to run Burks the rest of the season after 1. Then we don't have to go look for 1.
Yeah, I agree with you, Devon, on that. Even like you said, a Covington would be good, or even a Jeremy Grant would be nice too from Detroit. Because it's a guard-driven league. We know this. So, like you said, I like those packages you throw out there, and we see what Sims can do now. So we're just 1 or 2 players away, guys. And it's showing with Burks as the point guard. But to answer your question, the next guard that's going to come in here, they're going to be 6'4", 6'5". He's not going any more small guards. And the reason why is because the Knicks like to switch on defense, and that's the big reason why we see a different defense that's happening right now with this team. We're switching on everything. With Kemba Walker, we couldn't switch over. We couldn't switch like that because he couldn't get back. He was too small, and things happened, and they were putting points up. So, whatever the case may be, something's brewing. We know it, and we just gotta wait till December 15th to see what's going to happen.
Yep. Yeah, facts. Let us hit on now. Lay it out there. So, one bold prediction or a safe bet moving forward. If anyone has any, throw them out there. But yeah, one bold prediction and one safe bet moving forward from here on out.
One safe bet for me is I'm going with Alex Burke will be starting into the new year. And the bold prediction is that we trade Noel, Kemba, Knox in the second round for somebody. I just don't know who it is.
Brunson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Buddy Hill.
Word.
Yeah, I like that one. I like that bold prediction. Yeah, my bold prediction would be we'll trade. Well, it's probably not a bold prediction. Probably safe bet. We trade Kemba. We trade Knox. He gets a new home. We probably trade Noel as well. To your point, although I could see them trading Mitch. To be honest with you guys, I still don't think they know what they've got in Mitch. He's up and he's down. Who knows? I guess it depends on what offers come out there. Who's interested.
Yeah. My bold prediction. And I'll let Spree go real quick. My bold prediction is the Knicks will definitely make a move on in the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And I'm gonna lay this out there. By the time the All-Star game come, the Knicks will be fourth of the East.
Ooh,
Wow.
nice. How many games is that left? That's probably maybe 20 games from now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
about 20, 20.
20 games. Yeah.
Because you look at the East now, everybody 11-10. You got like 7, 8 teams, 11-10. I think out of all the teams, I think if we do to go on a run. A lot of people that had their runs. We haven't had our run yet. So I think the Knicks going to eventually going to go on a run, and we're going to separate ourselves a little bit from some of them guys because they're going to be beating each other up so much.
Yeah, salute to the chat, man. Ben Simmons hasn't even been traded yet. Good point, be civilized. Does anybody think he's the answer? I just don't think they're going to trade him to an Atlantic Division rival. But he will be traded soon. Philly's
I just think it's
struggling.
too much money, and great defender can really help this team out, but the money is just, I don't want to stress too much of our assets out on a guy that we knew his last outing, he was leaving the team because of his shooting, and he couldn't take the pressure. And if you can't take the pressure in Philly, what makes you want to take the pressure in New York City on any given night? They could boo you. So I don't think it's a good match if we was to get him.
Yeah. Spree, you got any bold prediction or safe bets for us?
So I'll say my safe bet is I think Julius Randle, the Randle we saw tonight, I think we're going to start seeing a lot more of that over these next 10 games. I like Burks in there with him. I like how he's playing now.
Real talk.
Except for being under control. I think that's my safe bet. As far as bold prediction, I don't really think it's a bold prediction, but some people think I'm crazy with my Alec Burks takes. But I'm going to say Alec Burks averages
All-star.
I mean, he's giving me all-star production. I'm not saying he's going to the all-star game, but I'm going to say he averages 18 points a night.
Skills challenge.
yeah, definitely 3-point shootout. If he's in there, he's going to win it. That ain't a bold prediction. That's a fact. And then he's going to continue to shoot 45% from three. And I think he is going. I'm not worried about it. If he is in the starting lineup, he's going to ball out. I really believe that. I think Alec Burks, people underlook him because of his career. The bottom line is if the guy never got hurt, he's had injuries his whole career. If he never got hurt and he was healthy his whole career, Alec Burks, people would thought of him as an all-star player coming out of the draft. The bottom line is he right now is in a perfect role in a perfect situation with playing for a coach that believes in him. He's gonna ball out, man. That's my bold prediction because people just sleep on Alec Burks, but we don't do that here because we're smart enough. We see it too much.
Hey, Kobe thought big of him. You know, he had high raps for him, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else got any questions or talking points you want to throw out there? We're just freestyling now.
Bold prediction. We shake this lineup up. What position? I have no idea. And what was the other one? Bold position and
Safe bet.
Safe bet. I think we slide somewhere in the from 5 to 3 by the end of the season.
Okay.
Nice. Hey, CT. Yeah, I think we gotta. I kid you not. I think we gotta. I know people might not like it, but I think it might be some legs to that John Wall thing though.
If he can be bought out, I think not for a trade. I think.
Yeah, but you know what though? Even with the trade, I don't think they're gonna buy him out. But I do think they have no problem taking Kemba Walker. Like I said, Noel got 10 million. He got 9 million. That's 19 million. Kevin Knox got 5-6 million. That's 25 million. So and even if you might have to do some other way, but keep an eye on that. I'm just talking about straight up trade. I think the Knicks might go for that, just due to the fact. Listen, John Wall, even though he was injured, he's still John Wall. You know what I mean? He's a big point guard who he could run the floor. He got jets. The cat still got game. He might not because he haven't played a lot. You know that don't mean he lost his talent. You know what I mean? And you know he got that Kentucky connection, Kentucky boy. You know what I mean? Just watch that thing, man. I think he played around with Julius Randle and played together. I think. So I mean, it might be interesting to see with that, man. I hear it out there, but I just heard that Houston. They said Houston, Dallas, or the Clippers for Kemba Walker.
Yeah, I can see the Lakers wanting Kemba as well. And, I believe they are.
Guys, I'm gonna bounce. I gotta bounce, but
all right, Spree. Thank you, brother.
Thursday we'll be back on track. We'll be celebrating. We'll be celebrating. All right.
Let's get it, Spree. Get some rest. Hope fans well.
Be safe.
Peace. Yeah, Divine. I can see us wanting, being interested in Wall with the Kentucky connections and all of that. I just have a hard time trying to work out the trade. The numbers with the 44 mil or so. How many years left on the deal?
Two.
Okay.
You got 91 million. Here's the thing about that. To me, remember, it comes off the books in 2 years. It ain't no big deal to me. Because see, let's say if you had to hear how you could make it work, you also could say, you know what, move Fournier. That's if they want him. He got 19 million. Just Fournier and Kemba alone is 28 million. So even if you throw in Noel's 10, that's 38 million. I think he within that 60 percentile now. You know what I mean? So
Joe Kim 6 mil comes off this year.
Mm-hmm.
So we get that back at least. That guy's been stealing money from us. The long list of players that have stole money from us. AJ, I'm finally getting Joe Kim Noah off the books.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I think the Knicks now they want to add to what they got, because they're almost there with the team that they have. So I'm not sure if like the money I don't know if this regime would even do that, entertain that. If anything, Devon, I like what you said about the Portland situation with Covington. You get them little spot players that you just throw in and out there, and they take away.
Absolutely.
Right. So you got to figure on this 9-man rotation, out of these players that's coming in, who's going to get playing time? Like you can't get the bench players, but it has to be somebody in this 9 that we got to let go, such as New Orleans Noel. Or somebody off the bench. We got to figure it out, but it has to be somebody that can add to make this team a lot better. Like putting Alec Burke in that starting lineup made this team better. Now, how did we add to that and add to the bench to see who's going to help us out to get to that next playoff level? So that's what I think is going to happen. But then again, we don't know with this Knicks regime. It's probably something that nobody's even thinking about that they might pull off before December 15th. To be continued. Let's see what happens.
Somebody said Alex. Somebody said Kemba Walker for Alex for Trey Burke. Come on now.
We did that already.
Trey Burke. Yeah.
Trey Burke.
I like that Robert Covington thing, Devon. I think.
Yeah.
Let me ask you all this. Do you think RJ Barrett is a 3, a 2 or a 3? We still need a bona fide a 3 with length, and I think we're sleeping on Kevin Knox a little bit too still. I mean, that guy coming in and throwing that jam down just reminded me of the talent, the potential he came in with, and the length and the shooting he has. It's just a damn shame that 9th overall pick never worked out.
Yeah, he gone, bro. Because the reason why I say he gone, because if he ain't got it now, you can forget it.
It ain't never gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen. I think Kevin Knox don't play, and I'm a Kevin Knox guy. I just think that he don't got the defense. He like Kemba Walker. They don't got the defense to play for Tibbs. They just not Tibbs type of players. You know what I mean? They really not. They don't. You can't lock nobody down. Imagine if Obi wouldn't improve his defense this year. Imagine if he wouldn't improve on the defense end. It might be a different tune down there. So I think Kevin Knox, much as I love Kevin Knox, man, I think you got to put him in a I think you got to put Kevin Knox and Kemba Walker and try. I think Noel, God, I think he done. The reason why I say that. That boy is frail, man. He is frail. Look how many games he done missed this year, bro. And leaving with Mitch, at least Mitch. Even if you don't even sign Mitch back hypothetically, or if you never trade him, you got a guy giving you 8 and 8 for a year now at $1.8 million.
Hey.
You know what I mean? $1.8 million. So I'm like, even if you don't wind up getting nothing for Mitch, he was like a renter player for 4 years. He was like a renter player, bro. So that's why I think Noel. I don't think Noel going to be able to be healthy. Once you got a problem the way he got a problem with his knee, with his weight and agile as he is, remember he plays real agile and he moves around a lot. And I think that knee gonna be a problem. I think the Knicks, if I was the Knicks, I'd take that $10 million and get it up out of there and let Jericho Sims and Mitchell Robinson hold down the center. Just like I said, let Jericho Sims and Mitchell Robinson hold down that center spot. Move Noel, that $10 million with Kemba Walker's $9 million, that's $19 million. You can get somebody for them too.
But a lot of dudes been saying that these contracts were made to be traded. So
sure.
Yeah, Nerlens Noel definitely has got to be come trade deadline. KJ, a lot of these players are going to be having sleepless nights. I think even Evan Fournier could be a contender might come up in there and say we'll give you a first.
Yeah, and right. It just goes back to that 2018 draft with this Knox situation. Guys, we could have had Miles Bridges, man, on this team right now. Don't forget, if we go back to that draft, that was who was fighting, Miles Bridges or Kevin Knox. And they said Kevin Knox was given to Miles Bridges. Like, can you guys imagine Miles Bridges on this team right now?
We would have handled Brooklyn.
That was our wing defender right there. Problem solved. So that's here and there. I just say that, I was just in deep thought with that. Like, man, we can't really have this guy. But just going forward, like I said, we have to trust Tibbs in this front office that these guys are going to bring us to the promised land as far as finding the right pieces and putting emerging Burks from the starting lineup, infusing him to the starting lineup, has changed the dynamic of this team. They're a different team from a week ago. They're a different team than this game that they played against the Nets. So let's see what they do on Thursday. So it's going to be interesting, guys. And like I said, I'm gonna say this because I got to get out of here myself. I just think that again, we have to give them some more time to gel. They're only 11-10. It's 21 games, still very, very early right now, and I'm happy that we're still one game above 500. We got to keep staying above 500. Probably early wins up. Like I said, we losing some tough games, but we're learning from these tough games. We always say it, iron sharpens iron, and these guys are sharpening the iron on every game. These guys are frustrated right now, and they're only gonna play harder. But CT is always streets is buzzing. Thank you, Devon, my brother. Knicks Real Talk. Thank you, Sha. See you, and I'll see you guys on Thursday.
You're ready.
Yep.
Salute to my cousins, my first cousins in the chat. Nick Nation, keep your head up. Peace.
Yep. A salute, KJ Dub. Keep on your grind. Appreciate you coming through. But yeah, Divine Sharp Powers. Fun night overall. Good game. National TV going back and forth. I think this opened a lot of people's eyes, and it's funny talking about these small moves because a small move can really put this team in prime position, I believe. Just hanging with Brooklyn tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I think at the end of the day, we got to feel good about what we did tonight, and Nick Nation, keep grinding, man. It's just a start of something. I think it's just a start of something. And like I said, Rome was built to one day, and we're gonna get it popping. You know what I mean? I think we're gonna be good in New York, man. I'm excited about what we got. Like I said, we might just got to do something here or there, maybe just to bolster it. But even if you stay with the team that we have, we stay packed. I think with a little bit more time and continuity, we'll be good. I ain't sweating it.
Yeah, we got Brooklyn fans up in here. Hey, you got lucky tonight. Salute, young Ant. Good game. KD, you needed all of KD and Harden to get through us. Fun game, but part of me, Shah, I think Randall was a bit more emotional tonight because remember the last Brooklyn one with the Kyrie Irving travel call. He was heated over that one with Scott Foster.
Yeah, it definitely showed a little bit tonight. He was a little bit you seen every play that he made and every move that he made. He was real diligent tonight. Them refs tonight, man. I can't say it again, but I mean I hate to say it again, but those refs tonight, man. Those last 4 minutes or so, there was some real calls that I sat and I watched it, and then I went back and watched on my DVR the last 5 minutes of the game. It was like 4 or 5 calls. I was just like, oh, are you kidding me? It is what it is. Like Devon was saying, man, we got a couple of players out there that we could put on the, I don't want to say chopping block, but they're looking like they good money to get somebody in here, and let's do it quick. Let's not wait until the mid-season or at the All-Star break or something. If it starts breaking at December 15th, let's see what we could do by December 17th.
Yeah, real talk, Divine. I think a lot of teams are going to get injuries, right? Denver don't have Michael Porter Jr. We also got in Atlanta without DeAndre Hunter. Let's say some other cats lose a couple soldiers. Suddenly our role players might become very attractive.
Mm-hmm. We're sorry, Divine. We're only out of second, third, fourth place by 3 games. You know what I mean? It is really, really tight, man. It's really tight. We're 11 games now. I think the next everybody is 12, 13. I think the only team that's 14 wins is Brooklyn. So we right there, man. We right there in the mix, man. A little 5-game run. Switch out some of these players, do a couple of things, a little thing here, a little this, a little that. Yeah, you never know.
Yep, real talk. Hey, man, CT, one thing I do notice, what I want to piggyback off a few minutes ago is we definitely know something's going to happen in New York, guys. Let's not make that no question. Kemba Walker is no way he's going to get moved. It's just when and who and what for. And I do think that they're gonna throw something in there. You know what? It don't make sense overall. The reason why I say that because Jericho Sims probably can give you what Noel give you, as he get more time. You know, a couple of blocks here and there, a couple of rebounds here and there. That's all we need him to. We need Jericho Sims to play the role Obi played for Julius Randle last year. You play the role like Obi Toppin did for Randle for Mitch. It's spelling what let you're not gonna get Mitch gonna get the majority of the minutes, but when you come in, you handle your business as much good as you can to relieve Mitch. And I think with Jericho Sims, I think you let that $10 million go. And I like Noel. I just think that injury that he got, CT, he just a kick in the leg or a bump or somebody falling on him for being out a whole season. You know what I mean? A whole season, that boy. And so why take the chance on that when you might can move him? I don't think he's that. I think he's important when he's healthy. But this man ain't been healthy all season. I don't think that we can ride Noel a whole season. By the time he get healthy, he done played less games than Mitch played. It's gonna be almost halfway through the season. So I do think that they take him and Kemba Walker and try to move him. I just really do. You know, like I said, that's $19 million. That ain't hard to move. And the key thing about it, they only got 2 years on their contracts. You know what I mean? So I do think you go at the nice 6'7", 6'8", 6'9". If it ain't Lucas Semantic and he ain't ready for it, you go out there 6'8", 6'9" wing light Knox. That's what's so disappointing about Knox. Can you imagine Knox had defense? We wouldn't even have to go through this. So we need somebody like Knox with a little bit more it to him, a little bit more defense, but can do what he could do with a basketball and shoot it. You know what I mean? And just get him down there, man, and send Noel and Kemba Walker packing. That's it.
We had enough bad seasons to ideally be a championship contender now. If Frank Ntilikina hit that pick, if Kevin Knox pick hit, we should be in a contending window right now. Sharp hours, you know.
Yeah, I couldn't really hear you, CT.
Yeah, I was just saying if we hit on the Frank pick and the Knox pick, we'd be in a contending window right now. Because we had enough bad seasons, you know, with the KP pick, RJ Barrett pick, Frank, Knox, and Toppin. That's 5, you know, top 10 lottery picks.
That is true. I mean, we've got some people. We still have some people, and I see it coming down the line, like all of us talk about, like we all talking about now. Something is stewing, and they mixing it up right now. They adding the seasonings to it. They putting some potatoes and some carrots in it, and before you know it, they're gonna serve it up real good for us. Next, we're gonna sit back and be like, "Oh, these Knicks, New York Knicks, they leak nothing out, and look who we got." So something's coming.
Mm-hmm.
And Divine, it seems like you believe Kemba won't play for us again.
I don't because that the case they wouldn't have made a situation. They wouldn't have made him out of the rotation. They put him out of rotation so he won't get injured.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the reason why because they could have said, okay, you know what, we're just gonna take you out the starting lineup. You still could play for us, but you won't be starting. No, they made that boy put him out of the rotation. They probably did that because they said, listen, we can't afford you playing and getting an injury. Then messing up our chance of moving you. So from a business standpoint, that I would did the same thing. It don't hurt your feelings. We gave you that $20 million. You ain't got to be mad about nothing. You know, you got $20 million. But what I'm saying, so I think that's why they made him out of the rotation. Just like John Wall. You see things like John Wall. They're not playing John Wall. They don't want to take a risk of John Wall coming in the game, getting injured. They got to finish eating $91 million. So I guess the best thing to do is just let him sit. So when it's time they can move him, they won't risk injury. And I'm all for it. Yeah.
I just think we're ready for whatever blockbuster trade they want to make. Because think of this other situational dudes we haven't spoken of much. You know, we got a dude overseas right now, you know, Rokas, who's looking like he could come into the squad next season. We got Luka Samanic, you know, another former top 19 pick, you know, balling out in the G League. Like all these things together, that's depth, right? We could trade 3 firsters and, you know, 3 rotation players and some of these other fringe stash picks and still have enough roster depth to make a huge trade like that, you know, guys. And we know we've got all the draft picks divine.
Yeah. No matter what, we're in a good place. You know, I think after what I seen today, after what I seen tonight, Knicks need to go get a player that's going to help them get to where they got to go. It couldn't be a better time to go and find somebody with them with the capital that we got to go and get a player that can help us really make a push to the next level. I think what I seen tonight, like I said, if RJ Barrett was in that game today, that might would have been a W. So you got, even I don't care if it's taking Fournier out of there, but to me, you find a way to get one more dude in here that could do what Randall do and what Burks can do on a regular. Okay, we saying something there. We there, bro. That's almost like that Miami team that went to the final in the bubble. You know what I mean, Sean? With Soulfinger, that team that Miami took to the bubble. They only had Jimmy Butler, Duncan Rob. They didn't have no superstars. They just had Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, and a bunch of other players. I think we there now. If we get one more dude who can come in there and just give us. I like the Robert Covington thing, man. I just think that if we can't find that dude, I wish, because Portland wanted a back. Portland wanted. That's why they signed DSJ, Dennis Smith Jr. So Portland can use the Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker better than Dennis Smith Jr. by a long shot, and he only making $9 million. And if you can, they can use Nerlens Noel to back up Jokic Nurkic. I think that's a perfect scenario for them dudes, man. To get that boy Robert Covington, because they got small forwards down there. They got they got a couple of guys. Norman Powell could play the 1-2, and you got what's that kid name, came out of North Carolina? And what's his kid name? Came out of North Carolina, a small forward. You know, I'm a North Carolina guy. I can't remember the name on the tip of my tongue, but he's down there. You got a couple other players, but I would try something like that. Terrence Ross. Yep. You know what I mean? Send Kemba Walker down. Send Kemba Walker and somebody down there for Terrence Ross. You know what I mean? Whatever. But that's all we got to do is get one more guy who can come in there and run amok when we need him to.
Facts, yeah. And welcome Soulfinger, number 12. Salute, fam.
What's going on, fellas? What's happening, man?
Salute, salute, brother.
Salute, hey, fam. What do you think tonight, man? We're close, man.
Yeah, we scratched. I mean, you know what? It was better than what we have performed. Something is coming together. I like the ingredients that they started to put in this pot. Not gonna lie, I love the effort, but I'm not gonna lie, I was disappointed at the outcome. Wasn't happy with the calls. I was upset with Randall getting that tech. I get it. You want to get these calls, but man, not that late in the game like that at crucial times. These are the things. Those are back-breaking plays. Even though it's 1 point, that 1 point is huge, and also is a momentum thing. You got to think about that. You got to check your emotions and everything, and think of it overall of the team. You can't do that. However, I will give him his props. He did his thing, but man, that tech hurt. I was cool with the Fournier trade. He wasn't the person I really wanted us getting free agency. You can look at any other show. I popped my head up like the little whack-a-mole game. I was on with GI, agreeing with him. When we were talking about that wing, I was on the Kelly Oubre Express. Yeah, I know Kelly Oubre is a streak shooter, but it's the defense that travels. That's what I was looking at in that length. Shout out to DSJ for bringing it up about maybe going after Harrison Barnes at one time last year. People laughed at him, but hey, you put a Harrison Barnes on the team at that 3, and you can keep an RG at the 2. Don't look too bad. Don't look so bad right now, does it? Or another player,
Jeremy.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you another player I like, and I've been low key, I've been throwing that name out there is Robert Covington. Look at his track record. Look at what he does. The defense, the threes he played, he can put it on the floor. But I love the defense. Okay, yeah, he got to look. He got fined for throwing his mask up. But you know what? I'm cool with that. I pay the fine. But the man's gonna bring defense. But overall, man, I like what we did with the team today. I like what these cats did tonight. You know, that 6'6" Alex Burks, you know, he had a couple of, you know, Alex Burks, he's gonna give you a bonehead play. He does it every game. But I can live with that one bonehead play because he give you that effort. He goes out there and plays hard. And he was knocking them down. He gave us what we weren't gonna get with Kemba. And you know what? I was pulling for Kemba and I was really optimistic. It was low risk, high reward if it worked out. It didn't. So, but overall, man, hey, even though we got an L, I love the effort because this is the best. It's no really such thing. The true thing is a beautiful loss, but in this case, it was kind of like a beautiful loss. Even though the refs are still at them, man. Look, I get frustrated with these refs, man. They really do us in, man. They do us. They do us. They do us. They do us. I don't know. I know what it is, but I mean, it is what it is. We're gonna get ours. We're gonna get ours. I didn't mean to go on a long diatribe, but you know,
Good,
we're gonna get ours.
No, I mean, yeah, like you said, we're not going to win all 82, but you learn from a loss too. You got to be able to learn from these. You know, I think Mitchell Robinson, you know, this is an important part of his growth in his career tonight. You know, he was put in a situation where he was involved in the final play of a game, you know, a big game. How many young players can always say that happened to them? You know, he'll learn from that. You know, he went on instinct. You know, maybe he strips the ball and then he's a hero tonight. Yeah, we're all praising him.
I would, I would have loved for him to do the old school Patrick Ewing statue of Liberty defense, just go stand straight up.
Yeah,
but hey, like you said, you learn from your mistakes, man.
Salute Jarvis LaFleur. Salute, fam. Salute.
Salute to the chat. Salute to my guys on the panel. My man Soul Finger.
What's going on, home? Stay home, boy.
Louisiana connection right here. We got it all right here. You know, have you got any gumbo for me?
Well, if I would have had some gumbo, CT, sorry to say, it probably wouldn't. It'd probably be all gone by now. But hey, man, maybe I could keep you in mind another time. But now I don't have any today. I've been snacking on cashews and got strawberries and some other bananas and some other kind of stuff. I had some salsa and chips. But yeah, man,
you were cooking tonight.
The Knicks. Yeah, I didn't see a lot of the game. I seen some of it, but just from what I seen, looks like I'm not real. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not too upset at this loss, man.
No,
I'm really not upset at this loss. We were right there. We were right there with them. In the first quarter, we started off with a little lead. Of course, they was gonna make a run. This is Brooklyn, man. You having James Harden and Patty Mills and Kevin Durant, so they was gonna make a little run. Second quarter, maybe you probably start tightening up your defense a little bit more. Third quarter, and you see what happened. But I think more than anything, the main quarter to me, out of everything, that gives you time to make some kind of adjustments. If you need to, would be the third quarter. I would like to have the first few minutes of that third quarter back.
You've been watching the show, haven't you?
Huh?
You've been watching the show, haven't you? That's what I said earlier.
Yeah, I'd like to have the first few minutes of that first quarter back. And then on top of that, just a couple of little plays here and there, maybe throughout the game, and we probably would have pulled this out. Shame, I hope. I want to say a shout out to RJ Better. Get better, my man. I believe we could have used you in this game.
I think that was the difference when he went down.
Yeah, it was like some kind of illness. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with him, but it was some kind of illness. Maybe he shouldn't have even really played, but being the magnitude of the game, he probably wanted to try to give it a go. So salute to RJ for that, man. But get better, my guy, because we do need you. And the rest was just a couple of little plays. here and there. I gotta give my man props to Julius Randle tonight. Julius played a good game. I like the way he contested KD. KD made some shots. Don't get me wrong, but that's KD. I mean, he can score on the best of them. But he really went at KD tonight. He played real good. I would really another thing. My man Julius, man, that tech late, man, they kind of hurt it. That tech kind of hurt it a little late, man. I was like, oh, Julius, you gotta control that, man. But hey, I ain't gonna kid him too bad. And the only other thing with Julius, man, I just that turnover late, man, when he was driving into the lane.
Yeah.
And he got that. Oh man, I think them two plays with RJ playing, I think we could have pulled that game out. And then on top of that, if you notice, I'm trying to be careful but why should I be careful? I ain't gonna be getting fined. Man, some of them referees, man. I made this statement before. I wish them referees could meet my grandmama. But all them jokers need to switch.
Yeah, man. It was ridiculous, man.
Let these guys play, man. I mean, golly, at least be consistent. That's all I ask. Be consistent, man. It's ridiculous.
That's the biggest thing right there, being consistent, because some of these ticky-tacky fouls, they will be calling, and then you see another foul right behind it, and you getting, your whole neck knocked off. So I don't know. Hey, gentlemen, I'm about to get ready to get out of here. I got to go to work in the morning. Thank you very much thank you so much for letting me be on tonight. Salute to the chat. Salute to the panel. Let's get it.
Salute, Shah.
Yes, indeed.
Peace.
And be civilized. Got a point too. If we know that's the narrative. At times we don't get the calls like we should because other teams got a superstar like a KD, James Harden.
We're not gonna get the calls.
So sometimes you just got to play through that, man, and not expect the referees to try to bail you out or anything like that. You got to play through it, man. I know sometimes it's a little easier said than done, and sometimes it can get a little frustrating. So you got to play through it. It's just the reality of the matter right now. But yeah, man, if those couple of little plays like that, man, I believe we could have pulled this game out. But overall, man, I'm not too heartbroken about this game. I just want to see how it translates going forward. I think we have Chicago coming up. I want to see how it translates going to Chicago. And shout out to Burks. Burks is doing this thing tonight, and just to show you how that little extra size that he provides, is in what he provides, man, was more than my man Kimball was unfortunately able to give us. So shout out to Kimball Walker, man. I was really pulling for you to be able to really get it together, but it just didn't work out for us. So ain't no need to try to kill him, man, because I really like Kimball Walker. But I do believe, guys. I don't know how you feel about it. Do you think? I think Kimball Walker might end up either being part of a trade package or gone. It would be one thing if he would just it would be one thing if they didn't from what I'm understanding is he's completely out the rotation. Is that correct?
Yeah, he's out the rotation.
I think he's gone. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I think he's eventually going to be gone, man. It's just that being the case.
You know what? I'm cool with it. I just want to throw this out here before I go on to that. Regarding Randle and these fouls, they giving Randle the Shaq treatment. You remember how Shaq would get fouled and beat up, but don't give him all the calls because you're so strong? Come on, man.
Right.
That's ridiculous. That's all I want to throw out there on that. Now, regarding the Kemba thing, I don't see Kemba making it through the year. I don't think we would buy him out. I think if he could become some kind of package for who I don't know, for what I don't know. I'm still in that wing situation, looking at it that way.
Yes, so figure. Yeah.
I'm looking at the wing. I think AB can hold it down because you're looking for a top point guard or a point guard to run everything. I think we may have that in house already. You know what I'm saying? That wing situation. I'm disappointed I'm disappointed with Evan Fournier because the summer, man, after the summer he had in the Olympics, I'm thinking he's going to be coming in here, you know, unconscious, subconscious, just lighting it up, just rolling out, you know, just doing something more. His defense, man, is really what's getting us. And he needs a rhythm. He needs to get and play within the rhythm of the game or his own rhythm.
Yeah.
Like when he caught the game that shot the tire up, that was all rhythm. And you get somebody to him. Who got it to him? AB. AB has been playing some good, solid ball. It's only one thing, and I don't want to put this bad energy or thing out there. We do know that AB is known to get injured here and there. He get those nagging those nagging. Yeah. So you know, I'm praying that it don't happen, but again, opportunity knocks for other players. You know, Grimes got in. He didn't get a chance to really get into the game. He got in for a cup of coffee and a drag on a cigarette, and they put him back on the bench. I think that third quarter got away from us. I think RJ would have been in there. They would have won that 14-0 run. It would have been different.
Yeah.
Because RJ was looking pretty decent. He was looking pretty good starting off with whatever illness he got. You know, I hope it's a speedy recovery and everything. Thank God it's not the virus, but I think it's going to be a wing,
which is good.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a wing for us, fellas.
I hate to do this, but we're going to get ready to close it down for today. We'll go around the panel, get everyone's thoughts, you know, moving forward, and then we'll see you back on Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? Thursday
we got we're playing.
Yeah, Thursday. Jarvis, I appreciate you. Thanks for coming through tonight. I'm glad you're well. You're still checking in with us. It means a lot, man.
Yeah. Right now, just we're getting ready. I had to try to look for some things today, man. This week we're gonna end up traveling down to Leesville, man, for my cousin's funeral for the 4th and the 5th. They got something they're doing on the 4th, and then on the 3rd, and then I think the 4th is the funeral. But everybody's doing pretty good, you know, considering the situation. So I appreciate you guys, man, and thank you for that. But yeah, man, good spirits going forward. I just want to see this effort just continue to carry forward. If we play pretty much on par of like how they played tonight, we could be a problem because not everybody has a KD and a James Harden duo on their team. So that could be that could be a problem if we play like we play tonight. We probably could go on the streak, but again, it's still one game at a time. Next, we just focus on Chicago. I'm gonna take one from Belichick. On to Chicago. Just on to Chicago. We're gonna stop there. So on to Chicago. But yeah, outside of all of that, I noticed Soulfinger said something about a wing. That's something that Ben really wanted us to get was that little longer, bigger wing. Somebody 6'8", 6'9". RJ, I figured it would be like we would with RJ be in better position if had a wing. Bigger wing. So there's a couple of little wings that I have my eye on. I don't know how everybody else feel about it, but people like maybe a Jeremy Grant, Sadiq Bey, maybe that boy from Portland, I forget his name. Said Robert something Covington. I like him. He got the little Terrence Ross situation, but I just looking to see what we did tonight, just carry over, fella. And at some point that we can go on some kind of a streak.
Yep.
Hey, salute, Jarvis. Salute. Appreciate you. Soulfinger number 12. Hey, salute. Let everyone know, where they can find you on your new show with Stafford on.
Yeah, we're falling under the Blowers Tears channel, the network, Uncle Freezy, Sunday at 4 o'clock Eastern time. If you're on the West Coast like me, it'd be 1 o'clock. NBA 101, where we talk about Knicks. However, our focus is talk about things around the league that affects teams, and also that can basically that really affect our beloved Knicks, i.e., the tampering, things like that. Because we could have had certain players, but now this tampering looks like it could have affected us on the move we could have made. So it's stuff like that. So come on in, sit on down, get your cold beverage and eat your Cheetos while we on the show.
Yep, get your popcorn. Hey, appreciate that. Hey, great guy, Stafford Don. I think Divine met him at the Charlotte Arena.
Thanks.
Yep, and yeah, keep it up, man. You guys are doing great things there. Appreciate you. Let's
Appreciate
go,
it, fellas.
Let's go, Knicks Divine. Take us out for tonight. We'll be back on Thursday.
Hey man, great game tonight. Great game by the Knicks. We lost, but great game. I'm excited with what I've seen moving forward. I think that was a hell of a game. National TV against two NBA Hall of Famers, and Alice Burks and Julius Randle win a mano with them cats. That's all you can ask for. You know what I mean? We made a couple of plays that didn't go our way, but you gotta love what you've seen tonight. And Alice Burks 6'6", and that's at that point guard spot with a 6'7". R.J. Barrett with a 6'6". Evan Fournier, good size down there. So I think moving forward it's going to work for us, man. And then I think it was the right move by Tom Thibodeau and the organization, the way they did with the Kemba Walker situation. Because it's not about one player; it's about the team. I'm sorry. We paid the man to come here, and unfortunately, it didn't work out. Hey, you get in a relationship with a girl, you date for a couple of months, you find out it don't work out, you go your ways. Oh well, that's what's happening with Kemba Walker. Knicks and him had a relationship, and the relationship didn't work out. You know what I mean? So you just got to get and move on from it, and then I hope for the best. We hope Kemba Walker lands somewhere where we think he can be productive and continue his career and have a good career into his career. But right now, he's not the fit that we need down there because because of his liability on the defense end. It's just tough with a coach like Tom Thibodeau who like to play defense. You know what I mean? And so. But I do like what I've seen tonight. I'm optimistic about this thing moving forward. And like Soulfinger said, great mind thing. Like I've been on that Robert Covington bandwagon for a minute. That cat is an upgrade Reggie Bullock. You know what I mean? And he can shoot the three ball, and it's like getting another Reggie Bullock with a little bit more size and knock down the three just like Reggie Bullock. He's a tough defender too. He's a tough defender. Got a grittiness to him. But we in a good place, man. No matter what happens, I do think that we will get a deal done sooner or later. I think Kemba Walker will not be a Knick not too long. Because like I said, if the Knicks if they felt like they could have kept him, they would have just made him a backup point guard. No, they took him out the rotation. They not willing to let that boy get hurt not one bit before they can get rid of him. That's business. It's just business. Yep, it's just business. And like I said, they like, listen. We put you in here, you get hurt, mess up your trade value, we won't get nothing for you, then we really down $9 million.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I just think it's a business. But overall, man, I'm excited about the thing. Let's go Chicago. They coming to the world most famous arena Thursday. I think we got a chance to walk out there with a W, get this win back from this loss tonight. But great game against the Brooklyn Nets on national TV. I'm proud of what they did tonight, man. I'm excited about it, man. I like what they did, and I think RJ would have been there, would have been a different outcome. You know what I mean? But we do got to hope Fournier can get back to what he do. We needed him tonight. You know what I mean? I think if Fournier would have had 3 or 4 more points, it would have been a different game. You know what I mean? So, but overall, I think it was a good game tonight, man. And salute to Jarvis, Soulfinger, my brother. You already know how we get down, everybody, man. Salute to the chat, all you guys. Thanks for coming in tonight, man. Great show, CT. Let's get it Thursday. Me and CT will be back on Thursday, pre-game, post-game. Y'all look for the notifications and look out for the Real Buzz video content that we drop out there, man. And let's go Knicks, man. Good fight, good effort tonight, man. I'm really happy about the effort tonight. Yeah,
real talk. And salute to the chat. Hey, the chat brought great energy tonight after a loss. Everyone's still feeling optimistic. The team played hard. That's all you can ask for. Bounce of the ball didn't go our way. Refs were against us. New York Knicks against the world. Let's keep the streets buzzing. The chat was buzzing tonight. The panel was buzzing. We'll be back at it Thursday. Hopefully, we got to beat Chicago. I want to get them back one. Yeah, salute to everybody in the chat again. Appreciate you. Let's see you back on Thursday. Let's get it. New York Knicks, go.